And there we go. Well, it's a different background. It's different people. Hello, Artem. Welcome.
Hello!
And nothing's
Who the fuck
labeled.
is this guy? Nobody talked to me about this.
What's this pizzeria design down here? What's going on? It's a different background. There are no labels on anything right now because, well, first of all, it's 2022. Come on.
We don't know who we are.
But we're doing
We don't know.
That's actually it.
Yeah. Well, we're doing a session 0 thing.
What's that,
Sorry,
Richard?
what'd you say, Richard?
Is there a Roll20 link or?
Oh yeah, here, I'll get it for you.
Yeah. And Sid, this is all you, so I'm throwing it to you right as the beat drops, apparently.
It's funny because I went over to Boba Stop Chill Lo-Fi Vibes, and I don't know why. I just
went over, as in you weren't already, that wasn't like bookmarked?
Nope, it was just there, strangely enough.
All right.
I dropped that Roll20 link in Discord. Okay, so yeah, we are going to be doing Kids on Bikes. I've mentioned it in the chat before, but like I want to stress, it's a very low, very, very low rules game. In fact, I was kind of going through some stuff today, and it very much kind of brought to my attention just how like narrative heavy it is. Your skill checks and like attacks, they're not so much going to be, okay, well I hit so I roll damage. It's you roll dice, I roll dice, that is going to project the outcome, and then it's going to be whoever has that has narrative control. And it could be either, so it like an extreme success on your part, you're going to have full narrative control. I'll have like last say of like, okay, but, and then this, but for the most part, it's on you. Do your shit. But if I have the narrative, I win, I'm going to have the narrative control, or if it's a mix, we are going to have varying degrees of it. Nobody has hit points. It did, I made a joke, but it did very much say these are children.
So we kill them faster, right?
Yeah, like fuck them
Like
kids.
traps.
But I will.
The dog's in on it too, apparently.
Maybe after session 1, we'll integrate the magical person or the strong character. Kind of in the vein of Stranger Things, you get to have an 11 adjacent character that has abilities and stuff like that, and that's a group controlled thing.
Cool.
Yeah, so like once we kind of get story laid out, we can like bring in this character, and then you guys can take off and like go kill Nazis or something, with like mind powers, which is one of the suggestions in like the story hook book. Like I flipped through there thinking, oh, it'll give me like stat blocks or something, and I realized no, it gives you a storyline. Next page. And it's like, there's Nazis in town, take them out, and it's like, okay, cool.
That would be very cathartic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can get behind that.
I prefer something a little farther from reality right now.
But this is more or less what this is going to be for. So kicking off, I figured we could start with world building, so we can kind of more or less decide where it's taking place, what kind of lore is going to create the story that we're playing. You guys get to create different kind of rumors, so you can create your own town rumor mill. But first and foremost, I believe we had a request for 1990s-esque placement. Is there a particular date that we want to aim for?
June 15th, 1993. The year a certain special someone came into the world.
It was me.
It's not my
I'm
birthday.
special someone.
I feel like I'd be comfy with like PlayStation has already come out.
Yeah, I was thinking like
Okay.
Nintendo 64, PlayStation, we're talking like 96, 97.
I was about to say 96, 97.
97?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm down
Sure,
with
sure,
that.
sure.
I would also just put it out there. What if we do 99 right before Y2K panic?
Ooh. I
That
kinda like
opens up
that.
some possibilities for like everyone's doomsday prepping, and like you have the normies, and then you have the like loonies, and like, is there actually a computer cyborg army we have to worry about?
Mhm.
Like,
Is
what's the threat
Jesus
there?
coming back?
Isn't that a?
year.
That
I was gonna
fucking
say-
coward.
We can ask that in any campaign, really, because that that calendar keeps changing.
So it does too kind of specify that like the vibe you're going for is a time before everybody and their brother has phones in their pockets, cameras in their pockets. It's
Mhm.
and it's supposed to more or less be small town. Like so those rumors can spread far very quickly, and to the name the name, you can traverse the town on bike comfortably because you're kids, you're gonna go do and all that. So for now, we're saying 96, 97, 1999, and we can more or less kind of put it to a firm vote here later on just to like true up
Yeah.
some timeline stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mid late 90s.
Okay. This next one, this can be totally fabricated, or this can be true to real life. Where do you want your story to take place?
Can I was thinking about this. Would you say, Richard?
Derry. It's the place where all of Stephen
the-
King.
Town
yeah.
of Derry?
No, let's not. There's too much fucked up there already.
Honestly, you know what I was thinking? Because
Why anybody lives there is beyond me, to be honest.
yeah, granted, I know everybody but our DM is from there, but we are all from like the same general part of Maryland. Just saying.
I'm trying to think what has the most like cul-de-sac-y vibe in
I-
Maryland though, because this is a very specific like small
That's
town
true.
feel.
Well, and like, so where I grew up, literally town of 700, you could literally track that whole thing on bike. People would know that I had a dentist appointment before I did. Like, that was
Wow.
it. We can go like a little, like obviously bigger than that, but if you guys want wide range to track and do and run amok, I mean,
Yeah, I'm cool with
It can be fictional too, right? So we can make up like
you
our
can,
own version
you
of
can make
dairy.
it up.
Yeah.
Non-dairy.
in the town of
That was-
Lofatt.
Of what?
Low fat. Yeah.
I kind of love that actually.
How would you like that spelled? Would you like it L-O, like do you want it like a funny spelling, or do you literally just want like
Lofatt.
Lofatt?
L-O-F-A-T. Lofatt.
Yeah, just Lofatt. Yeah.
Yeah, Lofatt.
L-O-F-A-T?
Like that's the
Lofatt
real
County.
name of the town, but all the kids
yeah,
call it
Lofatt's
Lofatt.
the real name, but some people just call it Lofatt.
Can I complain that
There's a
this
toxic diet culture going on there
Oh.
right now.
freaking like the
It's
text
the 90s. It's
in this
it's
is
time
so
appropriate.
stupid.
Yeah. What's it? What are you
What?
complaining about?
Oh, like
Well,
just the whole thing for the text in this, like whole module
Oh.
is so janky. Like I can't.
Oh, in Roll20, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's W or L-O-F-A-T.
Yep.
Okay.
Lofatt.
Okay, and what region do you want low-fat?
Actually,
to
can
be
it be
taking place?
TT? I think TT
TT?
looks more like a
Sure,
name of a town.
sure. I am gonna give up putting text on this fucking thing.
Do you want me to do it? I'm
It like
pretty
straight
sure.
up won't let me do it. Here, I'm trying to delete that thing that I just did. Wow, nope, it's undoing the things I already did.
Oh,
though.
no.
I'm refreshing. Fuck this thing. All right, and I'm gonna move to my Google Doc instead. What region do you want low-fat to be in?
France, get your accents ready.
What do you mean?
Oh,
Are you
oh,
talking
no.
like region of the U.S.?
Yes.
Okay.
What if it was like either southern or western Maryland? Because we're familiar with Maryland, but just like maybe just a little away from DC or Baltimore or Annapolis.
Yeah.
So
That's
like a
what I
little
was gonna
closer
say.
to closer to the Western Virginia,
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, we're right on the edge of West Virginia.
and then
Yeah.
that opens it up,
Virginia.
opens us up to more cryptids and shit.
Exactly.
Oh
yeah.
hell yeah!
That's actually what I
Because
just
we start
wrote
getting
too.
mountains and stuff.
Legitimately.
Perfect.
Because that's kind of what I wanted to be informed by was, okay, well, where are they going to be taking place, and what sort of actual like cryptid lore is in the region to play with, and also my
Oh.
Roll20 is totally not reliving.
Yeah, we're just like on one of those like subset little towns off of Cumberland. If anybody's been in Cumberland.
Yeah.
The Snallygaster.
It's got an interesting feel to it.
One
in
of
that city.
the Kids on Bikes board game is the Snallygaster situation.
Oh yeah, that's Maryland.
Yeah. Oh, see,
Is
now
that
I
our
have,
cryptid
like,
in
50
Maryland?
iterations of that.
It's one of them. We have a few.
I thought it was Goat Boy or Goat Man.
We do have Goatman.
Our school
That's
had Goat
wild,
Boy.
too.
Goat
The
Boy.
son was just talking about Goatman.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
Literally not letting me do that.
Yo, I'm down with the Snallygaster as our cryptid. Look at this thing. Wow.
I know, right?
All right.
You dropping the link?
I can.
Do I
Yeah,
need
yeah,
to-
yeah.
Do I need to go to my fancy dancy Google page
Don't you guys have Bunny Man too?
and type things in? I have no idea.
think so.
Yeah, we
my
have a
my
couple of
girlfriend's
guys
dad
really
actually
big
has a book of Maryland cryptids. I should go grab
Hell yeah.
when I'm at their place next.
Oh, that's gonna be a wall of text. I don't want to send that.
This is
Since
legitimate.
oh well, I was gonna say we could do Mothman, but he's kind of on the other side of West Virginia. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
I
That's,
don't care. I love Mothman so much. I'm writing it down.
Yeah, it's like Mothman.
I mean,
Is Mothman
it
the
could
one,
be.
the one that
Huh?
appears on that like train bridge? Or am I thinking of
Oh,
something else?
Western Maryland is also where the
Yes.
Blair Witch, where they tried to get
Yes.
the Blair Witch.
Yes.
That's where they filmed.
I am.
That's where it was
such a
filmed.
big-
Yeah.
This
Yep.
was the best idea, you guys.
What's the name of that? Is it? It's like Sticksville or something.
Chessie.
Like it literally sounds like the name of a middle of nowhere town.
That's
Oh,
right,
what?
Chessie. If we wanted to go more central,
Who's Chessie?
we literally have our own Loch Ness monster.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I really know no Maryland lore despite growing up there. All I know
Could also just be a giant crab that
That's
fits.
true.
And that's not even a
Guys,
cryptid.
could be the
If
Horse
it's
Islands.
99, isn't that when they did the artificial or the grassroots campaign for Blair Witch?
That sounds
like-
right.
It would have been right
Wasn't-
around that time.
That was the time
Actually,
when they
I think
actually were
so.
spreading the rumor
Blair
that it
Witch.
was real.
I would have
Blair Witch
sworn
came
Blair
out in
Witch was earlier.
'99.
Yeah.
No
Oh,
fucking
yes!
way.
This is
Wow.
the best
Yeah, and it's
one.
That's-
Burke,
Got so many options.
Burkittsville 94 is the setting.
I think
so-
solidify 99 so that absolutely you and honestly, this is just for me. I think with all these options, pick like one or two and give the rest of them as like red herrings because we're
Yeah.
All herring.
Yeah.
Oops,
What-
oops, all
And that's
herring.
okay.
one of the things it
Okay.
suggests. It's
Dude.
like, hey, you guys got to create your rumor mill, but the GM is the one that says this is true and this is not,
I
Yeah.
and that's kind
Dude,
of where it gets to
we
go.
can
I
be-
love this.
we
so
can literally
much.
be like the group of kids who's like, my older brother, he told me like this is real or whatever. Like he went to see the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we can totally be
Dude,
like,
I saw it and I thought it was real because my dad was an asshole and he's like, that was absolutely real, Sydney. Go to bed. And I was like, excuse me?
Cool, Dad.
Yeah, basically, that was childhood right there. Let's go,
Oh,
Dad.
I am so sorry.
Oh, I was a mess.
I
man.
never did watch any of the sequels though.
They were shit. Like
That's
don't
what
even
I
bother.
assume.
All right, I'm so sorry. I've been so distracted with this
The
freaking.
options
No,
are
this
off
has
the
been
chain.
it's been quite fun.
I love
Okay.
where this is going already, though. Like, honestly, I just want to live in this world for a while now. Like if
I
we
know,
have
right?
other 2 or 3 shots, let's keep on coming back here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can.
Digging it already.
This is our like fluffy zone to like recenter ourselves
Yeah,
back to
exactly.
childhood.
Okay, so now that we got that, our next general question is what industry is our town best known for? What does
Ooh.
Lofatt do? Or
Lofatt.
Lofatt?
Okay,
Well, if it's close to Western Maryland, that's mountainy territory.
Coal.
That's cold
Good.
country.
Yeah.
Coal,
Oh.
coal and quarries. Yeah.
But like after the height of it, you know what I mean? Like so it's
well,
like,
West Virginia
Oh.
has coal. Let's
Well, and
I
that by
was
itself,
thinking
like, that opens up like the what is his name, like Ricky Ticky, whatever, like the sounds like the coal miners would hear before like a cave-in.
Oh,
like they
yeah,
thought
yeah,
it was
I know what you're
something
talking
down
about.
there
Yeah.
living with them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it could be like former coal mine, and now there's like what there should be a plant of some sort that took over as like the main thing.
yeah.
is that good for like pasture? Because like
Could
could do
be.
Yeah,
goats
there's a lot
or
of
like
farming out west.
Yeah,
either
yeah.
goat cheese or yogurt.
I mean,
Were
and
there-
like,
there
We're
orchards
playing to
on that?
Lofatt.
Yeah, like dairy farms.
Very
Definitely.
something
Yeah.
specific.
And there is definitely a small church that does believe Jesus is coming back in the year 2000.
Oh, for sure.
Like
so
100.
Oh, yeah.
QAnon people. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
It's Western Maryland.
Yeah.
Hold on to that and bring it up again for rumor time.
Okay.
Rumor
Just in
time.
case just to remind me to put it in the
Yeah.
right section
It's like
of
half my
notes.
job is rumor time.
Oh yeah, how specific do we want for the like what our town is known for to be?
I mean, you guys can go super vague, super broad, like, or you could get down to nitty gritty.
I think a specific honey chèvre goat cheese would be like funny, but
Then you have Goat Man
We-
that's in the wings, like, you motherfuckers.
it's tying in Goat Man to the low fat.
Yeah, he's
thing.
like
Right.
Goat Man is nature fighting back for us, like exploiting these poor goats.
And maybe that's like why our goat cheese blew up, because people kept thinking, it's 99 toxic like weight culture. They thought it's low fat goat cheese, but it's Lofatt goat cheese. And all of a
A lot,
sudden that
actually.
blows
Yeah.
up.
And the logo, wait, no, like the logo for the brand is like a really cutesy, cartoony rendering of Goatman. So everybody thinks
Mhm.
he's a cute character, and then he actually shows up, and you're like, this is terrifying.
That goat man is swole. That little goat
Yeah.
is swole as fuck. Oh, it's a cryptid. What?
Okay. So, I'm going to skip this next question. We're going to come back to it. But because you guys are talking about a big dietary scare being like, oh no, it's low-fit and not low-fat. What is your town infamous for?
Infamous.
It's got to be like one of the coal mines, like
Yeah, a
fell
bunch of
and,
miners died.
like 100 miners or something
Ooh.
died that day, type thing.
Like
and that's
everybody.
what like killed the coal industry,
Yeah.
and then the town fell into disrepair after that.
Have
Even
any
worse.
of
Like,
y'all
everybody
watched
who-
Resident Alien?
No, not
No.
yet. I've seen it. Looks
It's-
good.
Alien.
It's hilarious.
It's Alan
but
Tudyk,
one of
so of
their
course.
things, yes, they have some like a bar called the Seven, and it's dedicated these miners that like fought tooth and nail to stay alive, but they just fucking die. So it's honoring their death, but they hype it up and like celebrate it so weirdly. And it's like people died. People died though. So y'all are saying a big incident involving a bunch of miners?
A
Yeah.
mine cave in. I kind of like
think-
the idea that like it wasn't actually miners in there. It was like some people going in there to get fucked up, and like they were lighting. They were like doing meth or something, and they caused a cave in
Yeah.
somehow.
Ooh.
Or maybe some high schoolers went to party in the mines and
Yeah.
like
And there's like a mural at the school dedicated to the ones we lost. That kind of deal.
I like
like,
that more.
Because like it would be something
that
that
could
like
tie into y'all.
it would be like the
with that
graduating
way.
class of 90 whatever. Only like half of them graduate. Like a significant
Yeah.
chunk didn't graduate because like a huge portion just died in the mine.
And a significant chunk could be like 10.
Yeah.
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 But I mean,
Exactly.
it's still,
Because
like,
it's a small town.
I mean, small town
Yeah.
like that.
and we'd be coming up on the 10-year anniversary of it.
Yes.
99.
Yeah, like
Ooh,
that happened
like
in 89.
Yeah, the big
Yeah.
Cavein of 89.
Uh huh.
I'm
Everybody's
so
talking
glad
about the
we
Berlin
decided to
Wall.
do Berlin.
Everyone's talking about the Berlin Wall, but around here, something else came down. You know.
Oh no.
And just for the lulz, I'm also putting like Slim Time versus Lofatt Dairy. Like dairy, it's a court verdict
Yes.
because of the low
Yes.
fat thing. Just for the lulz. Okay, so the one that was supposed to come before. What is your town famous for?
Ooh. I feel like it can't be the coal mine, and it
Right.
can't be the. I mean, I like the idea of the goat cheese being famous, but like,
Maybe there's like
There's a
like
celebrity,
a
right?
politician is from there or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
ooh,
Like there's some senator with like a really big time bill that everyone's excited about, and he's from our town.
I feel like it would be like a Jim Bob Duggart situation though, for some reason.
Which one's that?
The like 80 million kids and counting, and his son was like
Oh.
a pedo.
Oh.
Well, that would be more
But he
infamous
was
though,
also
right?
running
Sounds
for Senate
That would-
seat.
that sounds
That's
a lot more
true.
infamous.
That's true.
Could we
But
do
I
a
forgot-
celebrity of some
I
sort?
forgot that those clowns actually name their children like that because it really sounds like a character name you said and not the name of an actual human being.
The guy who owned the company I work for is named Joe Bob.
Oh god.
Which
I-
makes
I-
it worse.
I like what Andrew said, a celebrity, because that also means like, oh, someone got out,
Right,
someone
exactly.
like made it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know how fucking Kane of WWE is like a senator
mayor
or
of a
something?
town.
mayor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
What if it-
really?
Yeah.
He's the
Kane?
mayor. He's the mayor
That's
of
rad.
a. Or was it mayor? It couldn't have been governor. That seems too high. But he was the
No,
mayor of
there's
like a
no
town in
way.
Kentucky or something.
It wasn't
That's super
senator. It was
cool,
either
though.
mayor or governor. Yeah. It was.
Yeah,
It was.
in Kentucky.
Yeah. He's the Republican candidate. Republican, whatever political
well, that's
figure.
less cool, but I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest though. With the
pro wrestling.
small town setting, if it's a politician, they're gonna be conservative.
that's true.
Yeah.
So
But like,
Um,
what if we have
things
something like
Western
that?
actually known about too is there's like old time railroad that went through there, and there's an
Yeah.
old paper mill that's out that way. I think that's what Cumberland's known for.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a famous
Like the
author
Oklahoma
then
Railroad.
from our town.
Author could be tight.
Ooh.
That made me think about it.
Famous author from.
It's
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
be like a
Like
like,
a
a
Stephen
Stephen
King.
King,
Yeah.
like
They
like a horror
embellish-
author.
They embellish on the town's gossip, and like
Yes.
His
so
name is
everything that happens in the town
Yes.
gets like exploded and embellished on paper.
Ethan Queen.
And it's got to be the dude that like comes back like every few years and stays in his cabin in the woods. That's like just far enough
Like-
away from town.
Yeah,
It's
like
by the lake,
like the
you know,
town
no
is
one's ever
famous.
there.
The town is famous for him, but like the residents kind of don't like him because he's just
Mhm.
kind of like profiteered off legends of the
Exactly. And but he's really like a recluse when he's there. And,
Yeah.
like,
He was
doesn't
that
interact with
guy who
anyone.
made like stories involving actual people that he went to high school with. And he
Yeah.
just skewed
Yeah.
that name just a little
Yeah.
bit. And she's like, I know what you're
Oh,
doing, Ethan.
well, hold on. If he's profiting off of that and went to the schools, was he from the class of '89?
town. Yes,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like he has to be one of the survivors because that makes it
Well, that-
so much more.
That would make him a little too young, right? Because if we are,
Could
if
make
it's
him
99,
Well, if he was supposed to
Yes.
graduate, that would have been him in his late 20s.
But was he
Yeah.
like the English teacher at the high school?
I was
Oh,
gonna-
there you go.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I
Uh-huh.
like that.
Too.
And he left the
Yeah.
school in '89.
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Because
he
his-
left.
uh-huh.
He
His
was like,
book
"Fuck
took off
this."
a year later.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
That's
he was
good.
an English
I dig that.
teacher.
I just threw out Ethan
Uh,
Queen
What am
as
I
a
writing-
Stephen
what's
King
the town's
joke,
famous
but
for?
What's
Say
that?
what?
What am I writing down for what's the town's famous for?
We got celebrity author Ethan Queen.
that doesn't have to be the name. But if that's what people
Well, I
like,
mean,
I
and
just
that's-
threw it out
that's-
there.
Pretty good.
If y'all
Mr.
wanna make up
Queen's
the
a
name,
good,
y'all
like-
can- yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
This is a fun game.
the dogs
guys.
concur.
I love
Yeah.
this
I'm having
already.
a good time.
Concur, because it's a dog.
I'm
Anyways,
so into this.
yeah, this has been good. This has been good.
Okay, so because this is not going to be on my my little mock-up story thing that we have going on here, but because we mentioned the school so much, what
Mhm.
is the mascot?
Oh,
The
Ooh.
Wildcats. That's what every
yeah,
Everybody's
some-
Wildcats.
a
Well,
predatory bird.
yeah.
Predatory
but,
bird.
but hold on. We've already established the goat cheese.
Oh yeah, it could
Yeah,
be a
the
goat.
Rams.
Yeah, something like that. Either the Rams or something.
Mhm.
Could be a
or the-
weird
or it's
mix. Like,
like
my
the-
high school mascot was the Tiger Scots.
What if it just is the goat man and they're playing off of their own cryptid?
Yeah, that's the mascot is like Goaty.
Yeah.
I'm a
Goaty the
fan.
goat man. Goatsy the goat
I
man.
was just about to
Oh,
say
no.
it's.
No, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, and
I
the
know where
high
that
school
came
team is called
from.
the
I don't have
Spreaders.
the internet yet.
We don't know.
I'm not spelling that anywhere.
Blind ignorance.
His name,
Yeah,
the mascot's name is
Google it.
Gapey, and he's the mascot for the Goatsies.
Gapey the
Just
goat man.
I was
Oh.
just reminded of the mascot
Oh.
from Freaks and Geeks, the one that looks terrible.
Yeah.
What's that one?
What's that one?
It's
Freaks and Geeks mascot?
it's like a giant Viking head. Let me see if I can pull it.
Oh,
I
it's
just found it.
horrifying. Oh my god.
Where'd you drop
Imagine
it?
that face, like peering at you from around a corner.
What the flying fuck?
Where-
Hold on.
Apparently, the story of the making of it is like they kept on going through different iterations, and they kept on just looking worse and worse, and so we decided to just run with it.
Ah!
But it was not
Oh
meant
my
to
God.
Bring this up for chat. Yep, there we
It's
go.
terrifying.
That's so. Oh, Okay.
I don't like that
You
at
know what's
all.
amazing is because of like just opening the tab, it is like peeking around the corner of the bottom of the screen.
He is peeking around the corner. He's already there waiting for you.
So
Oh
are we going with Goaty? Because I was thinking the other animals in the area are like bobcats and bears are out there in the wild. But if we've already got the goat thing, then we could just keep on going with
I think that just thematically
The
works.
only other thing I was thinking of is like the miners, but like that might be.
Ooh.
What if
Okay,
that
so-
was the what if they changed it because of the incident? They were like,
after the Cavein, they're like, no more mine
yeah,
stuff.
we're
Uh-huh.
rebranding.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Which means that there might be an old miner
mascot costume
uniform
Yeah, uh-huh,
somewhere.
I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Can the minor thing be like the Freaks and Geeks thing? Just a
Yeah,
giant.
just a giant dude. Can you
With, like,
imagine
a little
that?
headlamp?
Can you imagine it?
Pickaxe?
That thing just like sprinting across the field at you with like an axe with the. It's like a murderous bobblehead. Just
Did that
Jesus
pickaxe have blood on it before? No, that's new.
Guys, I know we're not going to be able to hit all these points during this little session, but I love everything that's coming out.
no,
Well,
Sid,
like
we're
Richard
hitting them
said,
all
this is a bit-
tonight.
we just keep coming back to this.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is good.
I like it a lot.
I look forward to our TV show that we will definitely have Stephen King contribute to.
Yep.
Oh,
Right.
absolutely.
Instead of
I will
Stranger
say-
Things, it is odd happenings.
Well, because we said we don't know if Ryan's gonna be in on this one. Like, if he doesn't for whatever reason, the next time we come back around to it, he can literally fill the trope of
New
new
kid.
person that just moved to
Mhm.
town.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that too,
Totally.
actually. Like, that would be such a good idea. Okay. Our next one, and we're almost finished with these questions, but some of them might
You say
spawn
that as if
just
this
because.
isn't a blast.
This is a
You
big
could have
one.
said we
I'm
had
having
30
a
more
good time.
questions, and we'd be like,
we are
awesome.
leaving the fun zone, just for your
We're-
warning.
We're about to. How is our town doing economically?
Oh,
Sorry, say one
not
more time,
good.
my dogs are being jerks.
How is the town doing economically? Is it prospering? Is it floundering? Is it stagnant? Is it like where I grew up, where there's literally one place to work and everybody else has to go out of town to find jobs? Like,
It sounds like floundering. Like if there's like it used to have more mining and it doesn't anymore, and maybe there was some kind of factory and there isn't anymore.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the question, like, because I was thinking about this. Do we introduce, because like 99, do we introduce that there's like one tech thing just outside of town that's like
I
starting?
mean, yes. Come on.
And
because
it's like
of
some
what could be
government
happening
lab or
there.
whatnot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it could be stagnant in that case because like a lot of the townspeople don't work there, but like the newer, like the people graduating are going off.
Yeah, it's
to
like
it.
that's like that is the thing that is basically providing the jobs.
yeah,
because that's
the way
there.
out like, things that you can see out there, like a state penitentiary or something, and like a bunch of the workers are like the guards or whatever.
Richard gets me.
Or some of the military base that they just stick out. Like it's close enough to DC, but far enough out. So like
Yeah.
either a military base or penitentiary or both.
I was gonna say, why not both?
all
you
of
know.
it.
Maybe okay,
Do.
like maybe the military base is new. Penitentiary is like a refurb thing where like it closed down like once upon a time, but like to bring some economic status back, they reopened it to like
No,
inject, you
they
know?
they literally built it on the ashes of the old one that burned down, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so it's
yeah, okay.
super haunted.
Yeah.
Which was originally built on like a native
Of
burial
course.
ground.
Yeah, of course.
Just stacked on stacked
course,
on
yeah.
stacked.
And you know, and it was
Where
and-
the Blair Witch once lived.
Yeah, yeah. And underneath that is like the bones of like a dinosaur that was also a murderer, you know. Like
I had a question. What was it? Okay, so you guys mentioned out of town like tech startup company, like
Mhm.
IT stuff, people are leaving, going to work there. Does the owner of that tech startup live there in town, or does he live elsewhere?
I think this is a case of like they live in the next town over, which is like where the tech startup is, and that's super prosperous, and everybody in
Mm,
town hates that
yeah.
town.
Just
Yeah.
wants to leave. Okay.
Eagleton versus Pawnee. kind
'Cause
of
that
thing.
could've-
Exactly.
That could have been a like, hey, this guy owns the entire town, is owning like all of the governments,
Yeah.
like because he has everybody in his pocket. Like,
What's the thing? Like
yeah.
he does, but he doesn't. Like it's that thing where it's like he owns a town, but even he himself doesn't live there. You know what I mean? Which makes it like more gross that like he totally runs it all, but doesn't even choose to live there himself.
Yeah, he's just like, I hate it here.
Yeah, I
I
just
hate what
own
this
it.
place has become.
Yeah,
I mean, if he has the only successful business that people from the town work at, he basically does.
yeah.
Follow up to where I used to live. Like literally, in the next town over was where pretty much all of the high school kids were going to work, and it was a call center that they set up just right there. And it
Wow.
it was everybody's first job if they weren't working like hay baling and like field work.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Anyway, our next question. What are some notable local organizations?
Boy Scouts.
Yes.
Cool. I'm
And the
down
Boy
with
Scouts conveniently get too close to the recluse's house every time.
Mm-hmm.
that. Well, it's got the best area of woods
Mhm.
Yeah.
by the lake.
There's gotta be
presentation.
like, well, I guess that's more of an 80s trope, but like when the like cohort of moms that have nothing else to do, but they are
Wine
like
moms.
pick
Coming
one
back,
thing.
though,
What,
bud.
what was the thing that moms were up in arms against in the 90s? Was it
D&D.
Crap.
well, no, it was like
Stage
MAD,
gaming.
right? Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
but
So
like
there's gotta be
something
something like that.
pinpointed local.
Yeah.
Is there a church? I feel like there's gotta be a
Yes,
church.
yes. It would be church related. Yeah.
The church. Okay.
VFW.
Yeah.
I was about to say, one of the suggestions it does in the book, because the majority of the book, it's like 80 pages, but the majority of it is examples.
Wow.
One of the rumors or one of the organizations they made is the Elks Club. And it's like, okay, well, a lot of the people in town go to the Elks Club. And then a big rumor circulating it is they're also cannibals. Like, they're just like, here we go.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
so like Elks Club would be like Twin Peaksy.
Probably a
thing,
little more
yeah.
Twin Peaksy, yeah.
Benevolent
put,
Order of the whatever that thing is.
What about a
Oh,
labor
Antelope.
union? This is West Virginia. Labor unions.
Yo, yeah.
Oh yeah.
What is the name of the church in True Detective? Oh,
I was
I
actually
do
going to
not
ask
remember.
you guys if you had any specific names that you wanted the church to be.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something like real. It's like Holy Gospel Church of the Lord. You know what I mean? Like it's really on point.
Like all of J.K. Rowling's names for minority characters.
Yeah.
No,
The
we
pastor's
want it
name
to
is
be like-
Churchy McChurchface.
Lutheran, Southern Baptist, Methodist, like non-secular.
Like hardcore Southern Baptist.
Ooh, boy.
Definitely.
I don't think we're
Yeah.
that far southwest.
You'd be
Yeah,
surprised. There's pockets of these people.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be that surprised.
My,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, hey, just gotta look at where I went to school, basically. Oh man.
It's definitely
Just-
one of those churches that like they go to the lake to baptize type thing.
Yeah.
I'm putting in Westboro-esque kind of outline.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay. Like,
Southwestern Baptist.
something
Yeah.
like.
That sounds
well,
a
like if
school.
it
Yeah.
needs to sound like really culty, then it has to be like like Chosen Children's Church of Lofatt. You know what I mean? Like it's got to sound really.
Children sounds pretty creepy.
Yeah.
I really
I
like
like
that.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, the chosen children's church or something like that.
3C.
Legitimately terrifying.
Mhm.
That's one of my favorite things to like make up in like just standard writing is like, what's my creepy ass religious organization and what's it gonna be named?
Yeah. Chosen Children's Church. That I came up with it, and it's upsetting to me.
We want
There's gotta be a-
Christ's chosen children.
So it's 4C.
Oh god.
Wait, no. Chosen Children's Church of
Christ.
Christ. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. C4.
I
Like
put
dynamite in the
Lofatt.
mines.
We'll do of Church of Christ, and then I'm just gonna put it in parentheses.
C4. It's just a front for explosives manufacturing.
I
If
like that
Jesus
as a
don't come
rumor.
back, I'm gonna get his attention with
Good
this.
I feel like that's not a rumor. It's just the joke that all the kids say
Mm-hmm.
because
Yes.
they call it C4.
Yep. Man, this really
Okay.
is like a Ethan Queen novel, isn't it? Huh?
I'm
Just
loving
getting there.
Yeah.
Okay, what's another notable organ? Is there like a town
Bowling
paper
league.
or something like the?
Oh, town paper's good.
Yeah,
Like
definitely a
Ooh.
little town newspaper.
Where like 2 people work.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's one writer, one editor. That's it.
Yeah.
And they're
I
both
really
like
like-
100 years old.
Y'all kind of touched on it a little, but I like this idea of an organization of like the descendants of miners.
Yeah,
Kind of
like
a thing.
everybody's
Oh,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's kind of like the veterans of foreign wars, but it's literally just like my family was mining.
Yeah. Like the
What's
That would be a labor union thing, though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
you guys kinda
like
touched on that.
the-
I'll
it
just
could,
put
it could
that
be
as-
where the labor union was like housed at one point in time, and then
Yeah.
it turned into like a lodge type thing.
and it's
Yeah.
So
like
the-
they do their best to provide better care for the lungs of those poor miners.
right, so they do like fundraisers and like community events and stuff like that, so they can be the ones in charge of like the Halloween parties and like
Hey.
summer festivals
Mhm.
and all that.
And
What
they
if it-
milk every little bit of those poor dead children that died in that mine.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What about Black Rock Lodge?
Mm-hmm.
Like an Elks Lodge kind of thing.
I like
yeah.
that.
And like literally Black Rock is the coal.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BlackRock.
That's like Control has that. The Black Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
thinking
so
about it after I
church,
said it.
lodge, the do we want like a Boy Scouts thing?
Yeah, okay. We need what,
Scout
3
troop.
numbers? Scout troop number.
Yeah, I would say just scout troop.
410 Maryland area code.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's the old Maryland area code, isn't it? Because now
there a new
everybody
one?
has.
Well,
Everybody I
410
know
is
has like the
north.
443.
I have 443,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
assumed that
410
was
is
because of
Scouts.
I thought that was like the cell phone code.
I
or
was
something.
like 301.
I don't know.
301
301
was
is
like
more
southern.
closer to DC, I thought.
Oh, is it? I thought that was Southern Maryland. Maybe
It's
not.
Southern
Oh,
Maryland,
okay,
DC, PG County.
Okay,
Yeah.
410 then.
Okay.
410 is definitely Annapolis area.
Yeah.
So
do we need any
move-
other
no,
organizations?
I was about to say we can move on to the next one, and if anybody comes up with any additional, we
Yeah.
can definitely.
I had an idea of what I was going to play. Going into this, like kind of an idea. And now that we've done this, I have a completely different idea that I'm totally gonna go with now. Like
To
I
be
want to.
fair, it's super helping.
No, totally. Like so
Mhm.
now
Uh-huh.
I totally
Yeah,
want to be the junior reporter intern for the paper.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
I like that.
Western Maryland, Cumberland area is apparently 301, but
Oh, okay.
410 we could put 301 though.
Yeah, you can do 301.
Would be more accurate to Western Maryland.
I will die on
Okay.
this hill. It's 410 where I walk.
I kind of like
Next.
being the obnoxious Boy Scout, but we'll see.
Dear sir or ma'am,
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
man, and my name's Doogie again.
It's just Doogie. It's just Doogie.
Doogie, all the way down.
Oh shit, here he is.
It's Doogie.
This is Doogie
2
before the bombs
day.
fall.
That's not off the table, let's be honest.
Our next question are what are 2 local notable landmarks? And we can definitely have more than 2, but I figured 2 would be at
Well,
least
there's
a
a
good
lake.
base point.
Yeah.
We're
There's
established
totally
there's
like.
a lake.
There's gotta
a
be
Is
a
lake.
lake.
it a lake that's in the quarry, or is it just a lake?
Oh,
a flooded
Filled
quarry?
is a good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that's
Which is
where
like standard Stephen King fare, by the way.
Yeah.
And that's
Dude, that's
where the
extra
house-
creepy if people are like being baptized in it.
and that's like where the lake house for the author is.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah, it's probably
Well,
like down in the quarry. Or
he had
above
the house.
quarry.
He had the house built with like a lake view, which is like really not cool because it's like you literally built your house next to
Yes.
this tragedy.
Yeah.
Like
capitalizing on that. Yep.
yeah.
I
So
dig that.
did they fill it after the incident then? So it was filled in the 90s?
Well, I think maybe it flooded. Like after it caved in, it flooded, and then they like worked around it to like finish it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Maryland literally has a quarry lake.
Yeah.
There you
Nailed
go,
it.
Quarry Lake. Which
He
honestly,
If you
like
don't
Lofatt
want to
works, but like Quarry Lake would also just be the name of the town. You know?
Well, if you don't want to call it so like on the nose, go with the Black Rock Quarry or something.
Mhm.
Because keep in with the name
Black
of the
Rock
lodge.
Basin for the
I like
alliteration.
that.
I like Black Rock Basin. That sounds pretty rad.
Yeah. Okay, so
Also thinking abandoned like satellite station.
Oh
But
yeah,
maybe
we
no.
had that satellite station near where you grew up. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like the big satellite dish that you could like climb up. That's super cool. Either that or a water tower, or it could be both. You just throw in all
Ooh,
sorts
water
Yeah.
tower.
I feel like maybe we do like to start at least have 2 man-made ones and 2
sure, yeah,
I like that.
natural.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if this would count as a landmark thing, but I was thinking of like most things are still kind of mom and pop, but there's like one Sheets in town on like the main road that'll take you in and out of the town. There's the one Sheets.
The notable landmark is the Sheets.
I love
That's
that.
tater tots.
That's like the teen hangout spot.
Exactly.
Wawa-
that's the thing.
Yes.
Wawa doesn't give you tater
Absolutely.
tots, but Sheets
Oh,
does.
Wait,
And all the
are
adults
you
hate
guys
it
talking
because it's
about
like
just like one store? Like
There's
it's
a
a store?
Sheets.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
gas station.
Gas station.
Wawa kind of
Sheets
thing.
is a gas station store.
It's
Yeah.
got food ready to go. It's got a deli station. It's got chips and drinks.
All right,
Is
I
it
hear,
think
like
hear me
friends
out.
would hang
Bucky's,
out
or
other
is it
than-
like something smaller?
It's definitely
What?
smaller. Definitely
What's the
smaller than
Smaller
Buc-ee's.
than Bucky's? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
What's a Bucky's?
Andrew,
Oh my
Bucky's
God, it's a
is
magical
Wawa on
place.
steroids.
It's fucking
cheap.
massive,
It's
dude.
huge.
It is huge.
Okay, hear me out for the name of this
Like
place.
200 pumps at the gas. Like,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Hear me out for the name of this
Gas
place.
bathrooms.
Gas and Grub.
Gas and
We can go with something else. I just
The GG.
yeah. The G
Do we
and
not
G.
want it to just be a Sheets? Do
I
we
mean, it
want
could
to be-
literally just be a Sheets. Like I'm
There's
totally
something
fine
really
with that.
funny about it just being
Yeah,
a
I'm fine with that.
Sheets.
Just being. We need to ground ourselves, you know.
That's quality.
Yeah, yeah. Just a Sheets is totally fine. Okay, so we got
Bedrock
one.
Ba-
We have
Bedrock
one.
Basin. Sheets.
I mean, the basin, I guess, is kind of the naturally occurring ish.
Yeah.
Thank
So
God. I was
another one of
wondering
each.
how you spelled that. Thank you.
Oh, Sheets. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a satellite dish is good. Is that
Yeah.
connected at all to the military base we said is outside of town, or
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're like extending off of
Satellite
it.
dish for in your hometown.
Oh, like so the satellites. The kids are always told not to go there because that's like the perimeter of the like military base, but it's not really advertised. So it's like if you fuck around too much, you might wind up in military base territory.
I like that. Like it's technically
Some
part of the
weird
military base, but
Area
it's not fenced
51
off.
shit.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I like that.
So kids go over there to like skateboard and drink and like be troubles.
My
But-
brother
Yeah, the
totally
pea
did
pond.
totally used the satellite dish as a half pipe.
So-
I was there when someone was doing that, and I was like, hope they don't fall off.
Yep.
So we need
Do we want like a single railroad that goes through town, or like not even in use anymore, but just I guess that's not really a notable landmark though.
Yeah, I feel like that would be there, but I don't know about notable.
Yeah.
I-
no.
I can put it
Well-
like maybe a little subsection that just like town features, and we can
Yeah.
put that.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
I think that's like I think it doesn't actually need to be like not in use. I mean like honestly it probably very much is in use. Like stuff still
goes-
goes through Harper's Ferry.
That's
Oh,
true. Yeah,
might
that's
not
very
goes.
true.
Like just straight up freight trains pass through every now and then. It's probably not very
only freight
often, but
trains.
That
Yeah.
leads to all sorts of rumors too about like, ooh, somebody died at the train tracks. Were they drunk? Did they jump on purpose? Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
all that
Or
stuff.
somebody shows up from the
I
train,
mean-
you know?
Y'all creating this, I don't blame everybody for leaving and going to the next town over.
Yeah. Dude, it's like every
Everybody-
disaster happened
Everybody's dying.
there.
I love it. Okay.
I feel like we still need another like
Naturally
natural
occurring one,
landmark.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's one?
It's
I'm
gotta-
trying to think of one that like, okay, so if the church culty whatever, they're using the baptism thing, but I'm wondering if there's like another landmark that would have like inspired them. You know what I mean?
Is
Well,
there
what
a
if they're
certain, like mountain peak where people would hike or like drive their cars up and
Yeah.
like start looking over the town to make out at
Yes,
or something?
the
yeah. there's a
Makeout
Makeout
Point?
Point.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Point?
Perfect. And it's just called Makeout Point. Like,
It doesn't have a name. Yeah.
Like suggest stuff from where I live just to like throw it out there, but I like that you guys just have designated Makeout Point. And
That's just
sometimes when the
stuff
author
that-
is away, they dare them to go break into his house. It's right over there.
Uh-huh.
you know, all the
But
things
then,
he
like-
writes about, he
confusing
keeps
'cause,
them
like-
all in his basement.
you can never tell if it's like, wait, is that the author's house or the person that lives next to the author who's like there every couple of weekends? Like,
Ooh. So for a Makeout Point, Cumberland has Lover's Leap. That sounds like an interesting name.
Love that name.
That's horrifying because what?
Right?
Why did it get that name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like some girl was like, I don't want to marry you. I would rather jump, and then did. Yeah.
Or the other way
Wow.
around, if you don't
Yeah.
marry me, I'm gonna jump.
Uh huh.
if we're being
No.
more realistic, it was some dude getting butthurt about
Oh,
like
yeah.
getting turned down.
Yeah, definitely.
Typical nice guy.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Okay. We
Shit.
call it Mount Incel.
No. I feel like stuff
Mount
like that
Incel.
Mountain
is
Incel.
usually like
Part of a folktale where lovers committed suicide by jumping off the cliff together.
Oh,
that's
Oh,
what
right,
I
yeah.
was thinking. That's yeah.
Something that's quote unquote romantic
Yeah.
in the scale of it.
Dude, I'm
Not
Like maybe
envisioning-
they
that's
couldn't be
horrifying.
together, so they'll be together in heaven type
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
I'm in-
especially like over time, like back in the
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
Oh,
With
I'm
the scout
envisioning
troop,
so
should there be,
many.
like,
things
should
for this.
there be a camping area like Camp Freedom or something?
Freedom.
No, that works
Freedom.
because
Yeah, I love
originally
that
I was going to
freedom.
use this game for summer camp one where like
Yeah.
y'all were
Hell
cabin
yeah.
counselors.
Definitely.
Hell
I
yeah!
love-
Yeah.
I straight up Camp
Absolutely,
Freedom is
yes.
a great name. That's hilarious.
Yes.
That's
It
we
so
wanna-
good.
is.
Do we want to throw some more spaghetti on that, or just go with that? Because like
What
if we
kind
got
of
it in
spaghetti you
one,
got?
What spaghetti you got, my friend?
oh
What
shit!
kind of
Camp Marinara. Oh fuck! Camp Freedom is
I
good
don't
though.
know. I just love that we have not only created the scenario for this, but there's literally potential for like 5 prequels already. Like we
Yeah, I
are
know.
we are
Uh-huh.
franchising this thing already.
Well,
I-
think
this
about
is
it too,
great.
because they have kids on brooms and they have kids in space. And if this
Oh,
system,
wow.
like
Kids
this
in
setup,
space.
yeah,
Oh, I
if you
love
have
that.
This kind of setup for every single game
It launched
like,
from the military
across
base.
the
love that.
modules, like it's I don't know. I
love that
like
there's
I
kids
really
in
like
space.
the communal like let's build this together
Yeah.
aspect. I thought that
the
was just really
warmth
cool.
that my heart just felt at even the phrase "kids in space." You have no idea. That just made me so happy.
Kids in space?
That just sounds like some Magic School Bus stuff.
I was
Yeah.
thinking,
And I mean,
I like to
rules
wield
are
a
obviously
plasma
going to
welder.
be a little different, but
you know,
Oh,
a
yeah.
friend of mine. This is gonna sound like a Mad Lib sentence right here, but a friend of mine was just in the United Arab Emirates because he was doing the tech for a Magic School Bus musical over
Wow.
there as part of their
What?
like reading festival. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
rad.
And he got
Shit.
there, and it had to be delayed for a couple days because, like, the president or whatever died, and so there could be, like, no joy for 3 days. Like, that's the law. And so they had to postpone the show for 3 days because there couldn't be, like, music or anything played publicly because the whole country had to mourn.
That's
Dang.
nuts.
Uh-huh.
Okay then.
Uh-huh.
Question, not at all related to
To what I
mass
just said.
shutdown because of grief.
Yeah.
What kind of camp is Camp Freedom? Like, is it just a base summer camp and cycle it, or like use it, cycling it through different kind of themes, or is this like a specific kind of camp?
Ooh, like they do
I was
cycle
just
it.
thinking it'd be like whatever the Christian Boy Scout Troop 301 kind of thing.
Oh,
would-
okay.
part of.
So it's like
Nice.
a Bible camp.
Yeah.
Do they do
Yeah, I
a
like
Ren
that.
Fest like they do like a month or two where it's Ren Fest and then like it's Boy Scout camp and then it's like
I was
church
almost-
camp?
It just
They
gets...
just
That's
started
what it's
renting out the same campgrounds year round.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
trades it. Yeah, like Renfest, they do like Renfest in the fall. Someone gets it in spring, someone gets it in summer. Winter's when it's shut down. Like that's the one season it's off.
Mm-hmm.
I had a relative that actually like took care of the grounds for a summer camp. And they cycled it through like throughout the year, and then wintertime it just shut down. But
Yeah.
then he was like, yeah, y'all can come in and use the pool and the hall, and you guys can ride 4-wheelers and go hunting. And it was like he just
Whoa.
let
Nice.
us have free reign of it. It was pretty
Well,
rad.
wait. Then that brings up an interesting thing. Does the Camp Freedom become a ski lodge in the winter?
It could if it's up like
Hmm.
hilly.
We have a mountain, right?
Well, let's ask
Yeah,
the
we do.
game master. What season do you want it to be abandoned in? And we can work around that with the theme.
well, winter's got to be the abandoned one, right?
Yeah.
Not
if
necessarily.
anything.
I mean, autumn could be it,
Well,
Because,
isn't
like-
it-
like just in the between time.
Because the
Yeah,
Boy
well,
Scouts
isn't
could
it
use it
the-
in the future for like wilderness survival training and like getting your bear badge, your shit. What's the cold badge? I had to do it like 3 fucking times.
The don't
What-
get hypothermia badge?
Yeah, the
What-
don't get
what's
hypothermia
the-
badge.
What's the video game? Is it Until Dawn or?
Yes,
is
it is. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah,
Please
yeah,
ask
isn't
me
that-
anything. I'm literally playing it right now. Well, I mean,
How
not literally,
good is
but
Cavein Pantier in that?
oh, it's so good, dude.
She's amazing.
Future best actor winner Rami Malek is in that.
Yeah, incredible villain.
Yes, he's well,
Yep.
spoilers, yes, villain. But
They're all
yeah,
villains. What are you
yeah.
talking about?
I mean,
They all kind of are. They're terrible people.
well, it
Yeah.
Pretty
depends.
sure that same company is coming out with one with David Arquette.
Oh, they are.
That's like
Oh,
a
they
story
are.
or
Oh,
something
they
like
are.
that.
It has. Don't. You know what? I
Guys,
just
I
gotta.
don't think Tony's excited about this.
We
at
just
all.
gotta. I just gotta. We gotta move on to something else because I will talk about it forever. You have no idea how excited I am for that game.
Okay,
They're
so
like,
what?
they're like
what's
annoyed
your
with me at work about it at this point.
Sid, what is your off season for this place?
So I really like the idea that it's occupied during winter. I do think that there should be like that in between time where it's not consistently snowing, it's melting, and like the weather's being okay.
Mhm.
I think that would probably be the sweet spot for it. Would be like end of winter, beginning spring.
Okay, so into spring is the
when
the
it's
abandoned area.
thawing.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it'll be too wet for people to use it anyway if it's
Mhm.
like the scout troop and everything.
Or it could be like this past year and people are getting freak snowstorms and it's like, I don't know what to do up here. This is awful. Or
So like,
a couple years ago back home, the snow melted so fast that it flooded. Like where my folks live, where my mom works,
Whoa.
like flooded. Mhm.
Jesus. All right, so,
I
here's
mean
my
that
pick.
could like just add more awful shit.
So winter Boy Scout camping zone, fall Renfest, summer paintball course.
I do like. I will throw in the aspect of it being a church camp in there.
I like, or at least paintball being an activity at one of those, because then that gives
Yeah.
us the excuse to be like, we need to arm ourselves with paintball. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the only weapon the kids can get is the paintball guns. Oh, this rules already.
Right?
I like.
Such a rich lore
I know,
we're,
right?
we're building.
I can envision so much already.
Well, it also just goes to show the power of the genre itself that has so many well-known tropes.
Mm-hmm.
within
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
Like and they're all fun tropes, you know. Like there's
Sheets. Fun trope.
Yeah.
Oh,
What I was about to say too, like those questions were all the just standard questions. That's not even
The
digging
us
deep
questions.
into any one thing. Yeah, like we touched on like the lore, but I mean, what is our town best known for? That's especially now because of the whole cryptid hype. Like that's still stuff. Like we didn't go outside of really anything as just. So like as far as building goes, that's literally just scratching the surface and what could be done. Okay. So we are now coming to the point.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
no.
coming to the most important part.
Everything breaks.
Well, while we wait for our DM to return, yes, that was. Oh, we built so many cool things already, you guys.
Hell yes.
They should use this video as like marketing for kids on bikes.
I know, right?
Like we're not even playing yet.
Yeah.
But look at this.
And we don't need 27 million or whatever it is to make it happen. Netflix and Stranger Things. When you made 8 movies for this last season or whatever it is. I'm excited, but yeah. Anyways, you guys
She said break.
did Sid say
Made me
break?
break.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
internet dropped.
Okay. We're gonna break and we'll be right back. All right, bringing it back.
They also had the Cool Kids Club with all
They
of the
did.
like.
Uh-huh.
The
What
shades
I
and-
looked up the People History 1999, and it's just a bunch of like culture shit. The very first, like the second thing down, aside from Hurricane Floyd, which is a cat for a hurricane, is Columbine.
Yep.
Oh no.
Cool.
What year was Wild
So
Wild
no one's
West?
allowed to wear trench coats.
Was that
Wild
99?
Wild West.
Napster is
Napster,
released in
no!
1999.
Guys, I've got this CD with the Offspring burnt onto it.
Wild Wild West is also 1999.
Oh, it was a good year.
Where we are though. Oh, the Mummy. The Mummy was 99.
No, Mum.
Oh my
we had
God.
the money.
I
The
Oh.
Matrix,
love
episode
Mummy.
1, Men in Black. Life was good.
The town.
This
Okay,
is-
Good.
Lofatt
best
definitely
year.
has one movie theater with one screen. Like we
Maybe-
get a movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Screen, absolutely.
Bill Clinton is acquitted. SpongeBob premieres.
Oh, yeah,
What?
SpongeBob. I remember seeing that. I do remember that
Really?
premiere. It was part of one of those like it was like the request show that Nickelodeon had with so and so and Candace as the hosts. I do remember the SpongeBob premiere specifically.
I would have thought that was the
Yugoslavia,
2000s
Crimes
thing
Against
only.
Humanity. There's a lot of bad shit in
Wow.
1999, guys.
Wait,
Did you say
they got the card
Yugoslavia
game
created
first?
Cards Against Humanity? Yeah, I just thought the same.
That would be great. However, it's Crimes Against Humanity.
That worked. Oh man. What if 2000 really was the apocalypse and like we're just still reeling from it 22
It's
years
possible.
later?
Like
Or what
Y2K,
mean-
Y2K was
year.
actually like a glitch in our
Wow.
programming.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
West Nile virus first appears in the United States. The Barbie
Okay.
doll celebrates its 40th birthday. Vladimir Putin takes over for Boris Yeltsin.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah.
Wow.
He drank himself to death.
Bill Clinton's
Allegedly.
impeachment. Yeah. Wow, wow,
Man.
wow.
Real grab bag,
And we were
huh?
in that awkward phase where they were selling VHS tapes in widescreen, but everyone had a full screen TV.
Because
Mhm.
yeah.
That created a lot of confusion for people. But it's less of the screen. But why?
Oh,
why
man.
wasn't more picture?
We are
But it was
living in
also
a
like they were so expensive. Like just
Yeah.
DVDs, like were
Yeah.
stupid expensive.
we are living in a
When-
time
when
of
did
such
DVDs
heavy
come out?
television sets.
DVDs
God.
were around before '99, but they were like way too expensive for the average person.
I mean,
didn't
the
get
same
my
thing
first
happened with
DVD player
VHS,
until-
right?
The PS2 came out in 2000, right?
Sounds right.
'Cause I think the PS2
1997 was the first release of DVDs.
Yeah, with
DVDs
Twister.
were 97.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds right. I remember like the super rich people that I went over to every once in a while had a DVD player. They're like, "Look, we can play Batman and Robin
Wow.
in
So-
what they called high def."
Batman and Robin.
Fun fact about Batman and Robin: not only are they one of the first few DVDs, but they're also the very first Dolby Digital.
No shit.
Oh, interesting.
It's the very first movie with Dolby Digital.
Also, PS2 release date March 4th, 2000.
Okay.
So that's a thing that could have been like, you guys. The
Oh, man.
it's coming!
Dreamcast,
Oh, can't wait
Dreamcast
for
was
the
out.
play.
That was
Dreamcast,
the
yeah.
thing.
Oh man.
Fuck yeah. I've been playing Tekken on my Dreamcast.
We're
all the way
also-
psyched.
We're also at like the like still pretty nascent days of like a lot of the like AOL adjacent chat rooms in 99, right?
Oh
like
my god,
Yes.
ICQ.
which is
AI,
exactly
yeah.
what these kids would be like getting into, you know?
Well, if we even have computers,
Computers.
this
Oh,
is
good
also
point.
the era
Okay,
of like,
okay.
there's one computer in the
At the-
family room.
I was
My
gonna say-
dad worked
yeah,
for
I
the
was gonna say
government.
We
there's
have a
the
computer.
library. The library has like the computer.
It makes dinosaur sounds
Yeah.
every time you connect to
Yeah.
it.
The library. I vote that the library in town has the computer because like our town
I
doesn't
like-
really have internet yet.
I like that more because then we can have scenes where the kids all huddle around the one computer in the library
yeah.
looking something up.
Dude, it's like you know that image with all the
That's
kids
good.
and the ones on the couch like passed out from the power of the internet. You know the one I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yes.
So one of the splash pages I was initially looking up to use, like where jazz was it was the original like 1990s Yahoo like front page.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness.
God dang, how far we've come, but how backward we've gotten. Okay.
Oh man, is this before or after was GeoCities a thing yet?
GeoCities.
Maybe like just starting. Maybe.
Ask-
No, 94 was GeoCities.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
Okay.
so GeoCities was
GeoCities
going on.
failed. Ask Jeeves was one of the earlier ones.
I don't know why Star Wars Episode 1 Star Wars and
Yeah, yeah.
Wild Wild West existed coming out at the
Mhm.
same time for some reason just doesn't equate in my brain.
Like,
I saw
Yeah.
both in theaters. I loved both of them because I was like 12, 10.
Yeah.
That is for
Yeah.
some reason, specifically the Wild West Burger King toy lineup is like
Yeah.
a core memory for me.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Pokemon was huge in
Yes.
'99. 'Cause they
Yes.
came out in,
That was
98.
99.
Like lots of kids with their
Yeah.
Game Boys. What
Mhm.
age are we playing?
That's a good
So
I
you
was
question.
guys could
thinking,
be
like-
playing. So there's 3 age groups. There's kid, teen, and adult.
I was
Each one has their own perks. Hold on, wait for it.
personally,
Wait
I was
for it.
thinking like middle school, so wherever that lands, like, because I feel like it's like if like let's say our characters have older siblings, they're like
Mhm.
in high school or like
Mhm.
maybe just moving away. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not. That's
I could
mean
see
that's
one of
that's
us
just
being
personally-
a teenager who's like embarrassed to be hanging out with the little ones.
Actually, so my initial thought for playing a character was going to be like, if anybody wanted to, I was thinking, well, this was before, we don't know if Ryan's going to be here because I think we should have 4 kids, but if I was going to be the 5th one out, I was going to suggest that I would be like somebody's sibling that's the dropout high school kid that has to work to support the family.
That's awesome. Which you could do in that time period. You could work a part-time job and afford a car.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And they would
Also,
take people
Not on Monday
young,
nights,
too.
Andrew. Not on
Like-
Monday nights. Monday nights is being happy. Sorry, I'm back. I'm back. We're good.
Oh no.
So yeah, personally, I guess it would be the teenage category. Then would be like middle school age. That's my vote.
I don't know if
know.
would that be teen?
I like the kid years. That's where all the charm is.
Okay, so younger than where I was going.
I
think
think
middle
4th or 5th grade.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
Fourth,
That
fifth
sounds-
grade is like 9-10 years old. I think anywhere from like that to preteen should probably be
Yeah.
fine.
I guess basically we're all feeling though like high school would be too old for what we want to do. Is kind of what
I
we're
think so.
all
So
on
he starts
saying.
losing some of the charm of
Yeah,
being.
totally. Okay, cool.
I-
So
I think 10 to 13, somewhere in there.
Yeah, 10 to
Okay.
13 sounds good.
yeah, it works for me. I mean, honestly, we could just play this like almost like our actual ages. We're like I am 10, Artem is like 11, and then like Richard and Andrew, you guys would be 12, 13, whatever. Like we just literally stagger it that way.
God, that's
I mean,
terrifying.
y'all can if y'all want to play in the same age group, that's fine. If you want to do like different things, that's fine too. Like obviously,
I think
Whatever
we
kind of
definitely
gameplay you
want to
guys
be the
want.
same age group. Like I feel like we all want to be buddied up. Like maybe
sounds
we're,
like the decision has been made, but those are the general stat adjustments. Like we haven't
Gotcha.
gotten that far yet, but those are the
Yeah.
perks per age
Yeah.
group.
yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah.
I'd probably go for 10 years old just because I actually was 10 then, and I usually hung out with kids that were older than me, so being on the
Yeah.
younger side fit with what I could play.
So
off of.
shall we all just go 10?
I think if we are all the same age, then we're all also in the same grade, and that's like a fun thing to do.
Totally.
Yeah, yeah, that
Totally.
would-
Because then we
Same
can have
school.
school. Yeah.
And
I mean,
10 puts us
Let's
in
leave it
5th
open,
grade?
but
10 is
Oh God.
5th grade, right?
sure.
yeah, we need something that connects us. Either we all live on the same street, or we're all in the same class, or
We all got
something.
detention that one time.
That connecting
We're all
through
the same
line.
soccer team.
I
don't
like
know.
I think oh, you go Artem.
I think actually yes, we should do 10 5th grade because that means if we ever do like a season 2, that's the moving into middle school.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
good thinking.
My voice is
And
getting
it also
lower.
yeah.
I sound like a man now.
That's the 6th grade is when we got lockers for that first time.
Mhm.
And it was anarchy. They
Yes.
took entire periods to go get familiar with opening your fucking locker.
Yeah.
Yup. I remember that.
definitely-
Wow.
I literally, you can't see it now because the
We just
tattoo
rigged
covers
them.
it. I'm
Just
literally
rigged all of
scarred from my first locker. So I
What?
reached in to grab a book too quick, pulled my arm out, and sliced my right around my wrist, right on the
Ah.
lock.
Oh.
and neither
Shit.
secretary was in, so I couldn't like bandage it in any way. So I'm just in class like with this like bleeding arm, like X plus Y.
I don't know why they did it this way, but like high school was like the regular size lockers, but then middle school were like these super thin lockers. Like what?
Oh, I had
ours
the super
weren't-
thin ones for both.
we weren't ours weren't thin, but it was a stack, like one and one on top.
Yeah, that's the more normal
Yeah.
lockers. I don't
Thin
know
is
why.
weird. I don't know. Okay, so
You
Can't
had
put
the
a kid
like
in there.
wide. I would have loved the wide stack. I only had the
Yeah.
super thin for both high school
yeah. But
and middle
when
school.
you were, but
I
then when
was
you
homeschooled.
senior year is when you got your own proper like full column. That was the upgrade.
Oh, we had those all throughout.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we didn't.
That's
I
what
mean,
I did, yeah.
hey, my graduating class was 11 people. Okay, I went to a small school.
Oh, mine was
Circling
like
back.
300.
Yeah,
Ours
Oh, I
was
had, like,
7.
yeah, that's
like
true. You do have
25
smaller.
to 50.
Yeah. Okay, so I do like so I think 10 years old, 5th grade, because then we also get to be like, oh, we're the 5th graders, we're the kings of our elementary school. But then it's like,
Yeah.
oh no, but the world is much bigger and scarier, you know?
I just always think of like the South Park like distances. You have the kindergarten like little cult people,
Mhm.
and then you have like the 5th grade kids who are taller somehow, but like like taller.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's I just always think of them as like angry gangs. Coming back
Sharks and
to
jets.
rumors.
Rumors.
So this
Uh,
can be like rumors in general about the town, like personal rumors. I kind of like the idea of people coming up about like one like citywide rumor and one like more personal one. Just so people can throw some stuff out there, but obviously we can do personal ones after you've
Yeah.
made your character. and
These
iron
are-
that stuff out.
I know these are just examples written up here right now.
Yep.
I feel like because we're all 5th graders, any sort of like principal affair thing might be lost on us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
It
think
was
I
definitely
think you're
not
right.
lost in my class, but I
I have
agree.
I have a replacement for principal,
Okay,
and
go ahead.
that is that he's a vampire because it's like a Rob Lowe situation where it's like he hasn't aged in like 30 fucking years,
Oh,
but like,
but
he just
we
ages
found
really well.
But like that's
Or-
that's the joke. But then we find like an old yearbook, and we're like, but wait a minute, why does he look exactly the same?
Can you do,
Right.
the gym
It's a
teacher
yearbook from the 40s.
instead of the principal, like the gym teacher or something. If we don't,
Yeah, it's got to be the
I'd be
mean
cool
one,
if the gym teacher could be good.
the mean gym teacher. Yeah.
The gym teacher is a vampire because he ages incredibly well. Very oppressingly good at dodgeball.
You know those like those pictures that they have of like, look at this team.
Yeah,
won
he's
the
always
state
like-
championship, and you look at the coach, and it's like, dude, he hasn't aged a
Yeah,
day
totally,
in
totally.
like 20 years.
Yeah, he's got Rob Lowe disease.
Which
Whatever
would
the
give
opposite of disease.
what is it, the Shining, like the Shining.
Yeah.
reference.
We'll call him. All right, if it's like the vampire rumor, his name's like Mr. Stoker or something, because it's just so on the nose
Oh,
about
I
it. You know?
like that.
Okay. I will
Mr.
say I don't have a vampire teacher, but my middle school math teacher taught me, my brother, my sister, my dad or stepdad, his siblings, and his
Whoa.
mom.
We had
Whoa!
He's still fucking trucking, man.
we had a running thing like that at my school with the Spanish
wild.
teacher, Senora Collins. The running joke was that she was like 1,000 years old, because when we had her, you would start to get Spanish in like 3rd grade or something, and it was like she was our teacher, but one of our friends also had her as the Spanish teacher, and he was already graduated from high school, like one of our friend's brothers. So the running joke was that she was just like 1,000 years old, and when you answered a question right, you would get to take one Skittle out of her little Tupperware thing that she carried around as a prize.
One Skittle?
But you know she never changed those Skittles until they were gone. So you're getting like, you gotta like blow the dust off your candy
Ancient
first before you eat
Skittles.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like,
that's so grody.
that she was just like 1,000 years old was our running joke. And then I
That's
once
good.
had a dream that she was dating my grandfather, and I was like, Poppy, what about Grammy?
What is
Anyways.
y'all's next rumor?
Can we go back to the
What was the church called? It was the 4 C's. C4.
Yeah, C4.
C4?
C4?
The Chosen
Or
Children's
left.
Church of
Chosen
Christ.
Children's Church of Christ.
What is the rumor surrounding C4?
What isn't?
And then it's
Let's.
I do really like the idea, like even if it's not a rumor, just something to get on like like just be shitty towards the kids that have to attend there,
Right,
like being
yeah,
like, yeah,
totally.
whatever, your parents make bombs and like blow people up, like
Yeah, it's got to be
just
something.
something shitty.
Yeah, that's 100%. Just because it's called C4.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Your parents make bombs.
So C4 is a front for bombs.
Yeah, like that's a perfect kid rumor where it's like, what do you even mean by that? I don't know, but they make bombs.
And the C4 choir is all eunuchs. All eunuchs.
Oh my god.
They provide.
But it's funny because like that being the kid rumor means that you could have a real thing happening. It's like, oh no, they're still tolerable people, just in a way different way.
Right? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was like. Not that we need to like play the allegory game, but I was like, church summer camp.
So stemming
No.
off of because of that though, I put C4 as a front for a bunch of bomb making. They provide explosives to religious extremists.
There you go. Yep. That's
Is
it.
there an explosion potentially at any point in the town's histories where they're like, that was definitely C4, and C4 is like
The
The
mine.
Cavein.
Yeah,
The mine
mine.
cave.
they're
Cavein,
responsible
yeah.
for the Cavein.
They killed him because they were you know, sex, drugs, and alcohol.
And then blamed it on the shitty teens. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm
Ooh,
putting
boy.
another rumor in that.
It's
mix,
all
I won't
coming
tell you
together.
guys, but
Well, also, so stemming from that too, then that means the lake has to be haunted, right? The lake and surrounding campground.
Absolutely. Yeah, where
Yeah.
where Gritty is, not Gritty, the Chrissy or whatever, where the Boopy.
The author,
no,
Queen.
so I
no,
put
Chrissy.
Chessie.
Chessie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
It
like
might-
if you go
with a satellite dish, do we just assume there's aliens in the military base?
sure, yeah,
Oh,
like
absolutely.
100%, yeah,
That's safe.
aliens in the military base.
yeah. 'Cause I'm thinking like it's a thing where like you go to the lake and it's like, yeah, if you go swimming at night and you if you go underneath the water, if you swim down far enough, you'll see all the they'll try to pull you down, like the seniors will try to pull you down with them or something.
Oh yeah.
And that's
That's
why
like
they
the
don't
rumor.
have a scuba club, because if they had a scuba club, people would swim in the lakes.
People
Yeah.
would know. I did
Mhm.
put like just under that stream of conscious C4 thing. They're responsible for the cave-in. Quarry Lake is haunted. Also, the kids were a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, 100%. That means that the high schoolers do the whole, oh, you skinny dip in the lake, the haunted lake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely yes.
That's prom weekend prime. Like, if we ever get to a
Especially
season
from
5,
like the Lover's Leap
Yeah.
thing. Like,
Uh-huh,
I mean that lake is just, and it makes sense that Ethan Queen was like, I'm gonna make my cabin.
Yeah.
here."
We've created like a nexus basically.
Mhm.
it turns
'cause-
out it's just the Hellmouth from Buffy again.
Yeah.
Because also there's got to be a secret society from the fraternity from like the local school, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be.
Yeah.
So if one feeds into the other, so it's like the rich kids at the school get into the frats,
Mm-hmm.
and then those funnel into the secret society.
And the Black Rock Lodge is the secret society, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And also where quinceañeras happen.
That's just where the quinceañeras go.
Would the Black
Meredith.
Rock stuff be something that the kids would know about, or is that like so ahead of like, do they know about adult stuff?
Sorry, is what something we know about?
Is the Black Rock Lodge something that the kids would like know about?
No.
Actively?
No, I
I
don't
always
think so.
think
I was just joking
it's-
around.
It's not a direct knowledge, but I feel like there's always that very distant kind of awareness because you overhear people talk, you hear your parents talk,
Yeah.
but it probably wouldn't be like this happens. Like
Yeah.
it wouldn't.
Or maybe
be
someone's like, yeah,
something.
my grandfather had a birthday there once, and all his old friends were there.
Right.
Yeah.
It could be a venue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Black Rock Lodge is one of those things that like we know that like we make up things, but most of them are or all of them are unfounded just because probably the kids have never been there.
Peepums
Yeah.
hangs out there. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Peepums hangs out and talks about the war with his friends.
It's
And,
one of
like,
those things where even if something was going on, none of the kids would know, but we still make fun of it because why not? Kids.
Even like the satellite dish, probably that's mostly a teenager hangout, and so like kids hear about it from older siblings and stuff, but like they've never act like, oh yeah, somebody climbed it, but
Yeah, I've totally been there. There's the one tree that looks like a ding dong. Yeah,
and there's graffiti there.
graffiti.
Yeah.
All
Someone
sorts of
painted a ding dong.
And you
Yeah.
guys go there, it's just a satellite dish, and it's like, well, this is fine.
Someone
It's
dragged a
so
couch
boring.
in there.
Did you hear about the kid
Planet.
who fell off? He was skateboarding and he fell off.
Yeah, and he died.
Yeah. He didn't go back to school for weeks.
He died and didn't go back to school for weeks.
You said he was dead, Jeremy. What the fuck are you doing here?
He was, I swear. I saw him. I saw him
Did you
fall.
go
He was
and-
absolutely dead.
He was super
He
dead.
flatlined. I was there.
Like, he fell off his skateboard, then his parents, like, totally yelled at him to death, and then he was in the hospital forever, where he
was
died.
grounded for life.
For his
Guys, you gotta
life.
believe me. My
Big.
dad works at Nintendo.
He died.
So I'm going to, before we go over to the character creation, because you guys were mentioning this and because I was very small town, is there an in-town hospital service
Oh, there's
or
God.
not?
What do you
Because
mean by
mine
that?
did not.
Like, is there a
There's-
hospital?
there was no
I think it's-
hospital. We didn't have any like direct paramedic
Yeah.
people.
I
It
think
was
it's gotta
all,
be the
like
next-
volunteer basis.
I think it's got to be the next town over because that's like the more affluent one. And that's
Yeah.
also like that's also way scarier for kids if it's like if someone gets injured,
Mhm.
they're just gone until
was
you
our-
maybe
I
see
mean,
them again.
That was the thing, was like if you get hurt, it's about 20 to 30 minutes to the hospital.
Yeah.
And I think that just
Mhm.
increases the stakes for the characters too, you know?
Yeah.
What about
Let me
two
scroll up.
things? One, the nurse, the local nurse at the school is like the closest thing we have to a
Yeah.
surgeon.
Yeah.
And then like
That's
maybe
so sad.
Or
And
if
then
you're part of C4, they've got their own weird thing going on over there.
maybe. Secondly, like the veterinarian, he's like a drunk former surgeon or former doctor who like can't practice anymore, so he just works on animals. But maybe that's like,
That's horrific. to
is that
think
too
of.
much? Too far?
Did we try
All
to
right.
connect a rumor about PE teacher and school nurse that like we think they're having a little love affair?
Mm.
Yeah, that would make more. I feel like that would click more with kids because they see them both, and it'd be like, oh, Mr. So and So is always talking to Mrs. So and So, you know?
Yeah.
To be clear, though, it's a vampire trying to get with the nurse. Is
Oh yeah.
the nurse aware
Well,
that
well-
he's a vampire?
Then that means that the nurse has to be like actually super uber sweet.
Is
And
the
like it's a
vampire aware that
protective
they're a
thing.
nurse?
Can I say though that's my favorite trope is broody people and sunshiny people?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Wait, which one's the sunshiny one?
The
It
nurse,
doesn't
the nurse
matter.
Sunshine.
Is
for
the
sure.
nurse brood? Do we have a broody nurse and a sunshiny
Sunshiny
vampire
vampire
PE teacher? Because I'd also be cool with that.
It's like one of my favorite like romantic tropes.
Yeah.
I love
Aw.
it so much.
It's always fun.
It is. You got to balance it out, you know.
Yeah. I do think the PE, like for the sake of the kids, the PE teacher's got to be the grumpy one though.
He's just an asshole
Ah.
the entire time. He packs around like the dodgeball, even though it's not dodgeball day.
Yeah. He'll
And
just
people aren't paying attention.
he'll
he just
hit,
eats
Mhm.
it.
if you can't get a chin up done, he will throw the ball at you while you're hanging there. You know?
Think fast, Morris. Woo!
Yeah.
Okay.
Richard, you look
okay,
like-
Okay.
Oh, I thought you had a really big idea, Richard. I didn't realize you were reacting to the
He
dodgeball.
caught the
thing.
dodgeball.
Yeah.
I thought you were like, idea. I was like, yes,
Guys.
please.
Bowling.
Well,
Bowling
is there a
league.
bowling alley though?
Oh yeah, there's got to be, right?
Yeah,
There's a bowling
That or,
alley.
like,
it's
That
it's
or like an
attached to
arcade and
The
or
bowling
arcade?
alley is attached to the one screen theater.
That's what I was thinking. I feel
Ooh.
like because it's 99, there used to be an arcade, but like no one goes there anymore.
It's a blockbuster now, and they're like 3
Ooh.
arcade machines in the bowling alley.
Yeah.
So it's like not a real
So they
arcade
don't even
experience.
get like fresh movies. They're just feeding off of the old blockbuster stock.
They get
Oh,
every
fuck,
now and
that's
then
sad.
they will get one new movie, and it's like every kid is ecstatic.
Oh yeah, like they'd have Star Wars, you know, like
Yes.
stuff like that.
Can there be an abandoned, not at all used anymore drive-in theater?
Oh, fuck.
yeah.
That could be the Makeout Point.
Yes.
Yes.
So like the screen is like half fallen off and everything, and it's
Yeah.
just like, well, it's a
Can I
big empty
say-
parking lot.
I also so my theory, here we go. So in order to dissuade kids from going up to Lover's Leap and doing what they do there, they tried to make it a more public place by also putting that screen like up on the ridge
Mhm.
there. And it just didn't fucking work out. There's awful wind, it's freezing cold, everything's awful. So Lover's Leap doubles as like an old drive-in theater point.
Hell
I like that.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
It probably was booming back in like the 40s, and then just
Yeah.
very quickly.
Yeah. Love
And like
that.
obviously not directly on a cliff because how dangerous is that? But like
No, it has to be directly on.
Oh
it.
yeah,
We're
like
gonna do
behind the screen.
OSHA.
Behind the screen, it's like 5 feet that's been slowly deteriorating, so now it's more
Sure,
like 3
sure.
feet.
Yeah.
So screen and then like the abyss.
Yep.
So we got
That's-
the abandoned drive-in and we got the actual like small screen theater.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's where you get the construction crew that suddenly shows up, and all the kids are like, "Whoa, what's happening? What's going on?" And it's just no, they're just trying to get rid of the fucking screen so it doesn't fall down the cliff.
Yeah, it's like
God,
that's
dismantle.
directly over someone's house. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the bowling alley, I could totally see like a couple pinball machines and like a Mrs. Pac-Man or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Super-
Absolutely.
Or what's the like fake arcade game conspiracy theory? You know what I'm talking about?
Ooh.
Yes, that was in low key.
Yeah, the like
Oh,
the not real arcade. Hold on, yeah, I gotta look this up.
it's like
I don't know this
yeah,
one.
it's not Gattaca, but it's
The not real arcade. I googled the not real arcade machine. Polybius.
Polybius.
What is this?
It is
Polybius?
it's a fake arcade machine. Well, so initially I
God.
think somebody like people have like they made it later, quote unquote, like as an indie game thing. But Polybius is like an urban legend arcade machine that like made kids go crazy and stuff because it was like flashing subliminal things on the screen.
Oh, that's cool.
I love that exists there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's gotta
This is
be.
the best. Right.
Wow.
This is the best.
I didn't even know about this, and I love it.
I love
Yeah.
that idea. That's some what is it, Tron? Like that's just some weird Tron
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Polygon did a YouTube thing on
Yeah.
that.
I love-
Polybius.
I love what Melody wrote. She said, "Our bowling alley also closed down and became abandoned. Now it's a Sheets."
No, it's not.
Dude, you want like okay, you want another like just reality informing this now or whatever kind of thing. You know how there's like you'll see something like as a kid that'll like terrify you, but then as you get older you're like, "Oh, that person just had a disease and I actually just feel terrible now." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a kid, I was in a bowling alley and it was the first time I ever saw somebody with like a face tumor kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about? Where like something was kind of hanging
Oh,
off.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
remember being at a bowling alley and being so scared of like this person. And now, of course, like, as an adult, well, A, that person's probably dead. But B, like as an adult being like, man, that I just feel bad now that person had to go through life like that. But as a kid, it was like, and I remember it was distinctly at a bowling alley. Cause like,
Ooh.
cause like
That's
she
fear of
came
the
over to ask
unknown,
my
right?
dad something. She was asking like, I don't remember what it was really. She asked my dad something. He like tells her whatever, and I'm just like, how's my dad just talking to this person normally? I'm so scared. Like, yeah.
One thing that could be in town. I know we probably shouldn't have too many things in a small town, but one thing that was big in the '90s were roller rinks with like roller blades and stuff.
Ooh.
That's actually where I spent my Y2K like New Year's was at a roller
Yeah.
rink. It was an all-night lock-in.
So the roller rink can be like all those things in one. Like it can have
It's
like
true.
two
It could have
bowling
a
lanes. It can
bowling
have the
alley,
yeah.
All
Yeah,
in one.
that could just be what it is. So
Real
it's
quick.
like we definitely can't have like a full-on mall. That's too much for this town. But like
Yeah.
the Cineplex.
right, I even thought that was too much for Stranger Things when they
Yeah.
did that, just in the
Yeah.
scope of
Yeah.
what they presented,
like,
and then they're
They'd
like, by
already
the way,
built it
here's
for
a whole
Wonder
ass
Woman
mall.
'84, so you know.
But like the
That
Cineplex.
being said, the mall is in the affluent town over.
Yeah,
right?
totally,
Yes,
totally.
yes.
But we've got like the all-in-one like Cineplex thing of like the one-screen movie theater, and then like attached to it is like the bowling alley,
Bowling alley
and,
with
and
a few
combined
arcade
arcade
machines.
machine and like roller rink, and then like the other side of the building is like the bar where the adults go. But like that's it. Like
Yeah.
Main Street is like just those
Yeah.
and the sheets.
So that's where the strip mall is, right? So that strip mall, maybe there's like a
Yeah.
Borders or something
But
over
but
here.
ours is like, but it's like 3 stores max. You know what I mean? Like it's
Oh,
not.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Well, there's got to be like the local general store / pharmacy,
Yeah.
right?
I'm
an
absolutely
store.
gonna.
auto
And that's
mechanic.
who, and that's another person because there's no doctor. You go to the, and he's
Yeah.
like, I can't really, I don't know what to do. Here's Advil, I guess.
And a dollar store.
Yeah.
Yeah, a dollar store and an auto mechanic, right?
Yeah.
You got to have some sort of garage.
I
We
feel like that would be
basically-
like connected to the gas station.
Gas
Yeah, yeah.
station.
So nearby.
Yeah,
Gas
yeah.
station.
We have made
need-
like basically the perfect like anthology setting.
I'm not even gonna lie though. When we're all said and done, I'm absolutely pulling up where I grew up, and it's kind of eerie how similar some of it is.
It's amazing.
Just in terms, you guys are like, no, we need the auto shop, and
So
like
I've got
that
it-
one corner store.
I've got a character building, team building exercise, and I'm not sure if we should do it now or wait until Ryan gets in next week. But like,
He's not gonna
Do
be
we-
in next week either.
This is because it's Labor Day.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
like so we might like he might join in later, or he might just say, hey, no, I need like
Yeah.
a couple weeks break. It's totally on him at this point. But
well,
Well, what's the
y'all,
exercise
do we want
anyway?
to do the? Do we want to do the like? Where were you for the Y2K New Year's thing? Like,
Well, that hasn't happened yet in this timeline.
right, but like personally, like real life,
Oh,
IRL.
No, I don't
Are
remember.
y'all
Oh,
really?
yeah, I
I
don't
have
remember
no
either.
idea.
My
Didn't I or the only ones that
Skating
remember?
rink,
my parents
and
did
I
not.
fell
I was
asleep under
7.
a pinball machine because I was sleepy, and some
Aw.
asshole came over with a fucking squirt gun and was squirting me in the
Aw.
face to wake me up because
That's
you were
so
supposed to
mean.
stay up all night. Yeah.
Oh. No, I don't remember at all because my parents did not buy into the Y2K thing, so it was not
No.
it
Yeah.
wasn't, there wasn't no attention brought to it.
So I remember
was
it. Oh, go
7
ahead.
and my family was poor, so
Yeah.
we were at home.
Yeah,
My family was also lower middle class. So me and my family were in. It was a beach town. It wasn't Rehoboth. I want to say it was like, whatever is in South Carolina there. Fuck, I'll have
Myrtle
to collect.
Beach.
Myrtle Beach. We were in Myrtle Beach. I guess someone had rented like before before Airbnbs. Like we
Okay.
had
Said
a
just
town
throwing
up.
out-
BDE, and I was like, where are we?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Before I had BDE, you understand?
before I had IBS, and like we were at this like beach house with this other family that they grew up with. They went to missionary. Anyway,
You'll get through the story
Seminary.
eventually.
seminary. Fucking A, right? And I remember I passed out early because like I had like shoveled oysters as a young man, just throwing them back.
Oh no.
And I passed out, and I woke up like a minute or 2 minutes before like the new year. And so like I remember there being like the 10, not the countdown, and me like throwing up oyster just everywhere. But I'm sure it was a couple minutes
Wow.
before, and then I passed right back out.
Well, I have like a
Oh.
15-second story of Myrtle Beach, which was the only time I've been. I was freelance covering guides for BioShock Infinite. So in between like going to the beach and swimming in the pool, I had brought my 360 or PS3 or whatever it was, and I'm there getting screenshots and writing up like how to find all the audio logs and stuff like during this vacation.
I would say you had
Oh,
a
man.
better time, but I think the other family brought their SNES and we played Donkey Kong Country 2. So
Right on.
who's the real winner there?
Right on. All right, so what's
Are
next?
we ready for
Sid?
character creation?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think so.
Okay.
I've got the
Give
tropes
me
you sent
2
us.
Seconds here. 22. Hold on, real quick. Okay. So we're gonna bebop on over here. So does anybody need a sheet in Roll20? Because those are available.
I'd like
what?
one.
Oh, in Roll20?
They
Yeah.
have the
yeah.
whole the module in here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So
Oh
we'll do
yeah,
a
you got all
character
the
sheet.
perfect.
Yep.
It's just
so
easier
all
that
the
way, I think.
all the tropes should be
Oh,
already
yeah, you got everything
available
here.
in
Nice.
there, or you can custom make. It's completely up to you.
Thanks.
I
I can close out like half these tabs now.
Mhm.
Wait, where? It's in...
Richard, you should have one.
In the notes tab, Andrew, in Roll20.
I'm not.
Oh wait, that might not be it. Hold on. Sorry, I'm so rubbish at this thing.
It's all good.
Do I have to show it to you first? I don't have to show it to
Yeah,
you, do
you
I?
have to show it to me.
Golly, how silly is that? Show to players. Sure.
I
There's
got it.
Andrew.
Players. Sure.
Yeah,
There's
me.
Oh, okay, yeah, here we go.
Sorry, I'm
Oh,
working on it.
No, it's all
I
good.
should have done this beforehand.
Well, you
all
couldn't
good.
have till we were in the game. Anyway.
That is true. Oh my god, Tony.
How does it have my real name?
How does it know?
How did it know?
Yeah, heard it.
All right.
Secret Santa?
Character sheet. There it is.
I only
So
have bio
how
and
it
info.
goes?
Hit the character sheet
Wait,
button.
oh. Ah! Sorry, it keeps
so everybody
opening up.
should have one. So
Hey,
obviously
yeah.
you got your like all of your stuff over here, but the stats in particular.
Mhm.
If you look at some of the tropes, you can kind of figure out how it's supposed to go.
Yep.
The higher your stat, the higher the dice you get to roll. So if you're supremely good at something, you get a d20 to roll for that stat, and then it decreases. So it's let me pull up my cheat sheet.
I saw those in the tropes page.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the D20, D12, D10, D8, D64.
Yep, it just scales down all the way, and it goes from like being very proficient at something to being just like god awful at
When
it.
you said D6, D4, I heard D64. I was like, a what?
That's a lot!
Got a shitload of fight.
So if you're going with somebody that is very slow at running, their flight is going to be like a D4. And again, with that narrative, if somebody is chasing after you, you guys are both going to roll flight. And if their flight
Yeah.
beats their flight, it's going to be a win on their side. I get narrative control, vice versa, you get it. And I have, because you guys have that stuff, I have the stats over here. Brains, obviously, book smarts. It's going to determine how well you understand problems, how you're doing in school, and how quickly you're able to solve academic problems. Brawn is brute strength. That's also going to be your defense stat for in a fight. So in a fight, somebody swinging and making an attack is going to go fight, and you're going to roll brawn. Unless you're running away, in which case you do flight. Specifically too for fight, it's not going to inform you like it's fighting, but it's not going to say I can pick up a gun and I know exactly how everything works. That's not something that your ability to fight is going to like give you unless you are knowledgeable of guns. Charm is social adaptation, and then grit is like your emotions and your physicality. High grit stat, you're able to keep a level head in like bad situations, so it's kind of like con.
All right.
And then at the bottom you have the dice explanations. So it goes from superb, impressive, above average, below average, bad, and terrible.
Nice.
And that's where you do all of your stat building for your character.
I know which trope I'm
Right.
gonna go with, so I guess that's basically determined for me.
Which trope are you doing?
Well, I was saying because we had the newspaper idea, I was like, because initially I was just gonna be like a almost like a self-insert thing was my idea, but since we just had the newspaper thing, I was like, I totally want to be, like I said, like the junior reporter at the newspaper, like maybe the
shit.
editor is like my grandfather or something, you know. And looking at the tropes, I feel like the one that fits most with that is conspiracy theorist.
I was about to say that. That's great.
Yeah.
Do
So,
they give you like one little like token section in like the back
Yeah.
corner?
Yeah.
Like,
So
here's what little Timmy thinks.
no, so here's okay. So the name I was thinking
oh, I do. Yes.
was everybody calls him Sammy, but his name's Samuel Buck. They call him Sammy or Scoops, and the column can totally be called like Sammy Says, and that's his
I
name
like
of his little section.
That's great.
I could see being a lone weirdo who, like, well, I don't know. If he's a lone weirdo, it's harder to get him in with the rest of the group. But I was just thinking he's like the quiet kid who just like got a paper route at a super young age. He's like, I'm dependable.
That
Can I
would
specify,
that's
though,
how
that
we know
there's
each other
Still
then.
do loner weirdo
There's
though.
a
Yeah,
difference
absolutely.
between like being a loner weirdo and being a loner weirdo who has like a little nichey clique that he can comfortably interact with.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of degrees of separation, but I feel that there is some because I
just-
remember being a loner weirdo.
I have this vivid memory when I was like 10 to 12 years old of like the Capitol sent out this thing that's like, if you had a route with this many like people, you could make this much money a month, and it was like $200.
Those assholes.
But it was just like $200 a month. That's amazing.
Oh, you jerks! God.
Child labor.
I remember my
Anyways,
brother. He was
totally
like,
down
"I
for
know
that.
you're mad at me, but please come on
I
my
will be
route."
the paper boy.
You're gonna be a paper boy.
It's all about the moolah.
And then you said you wanted to be Andrew, you said you wanted to be the like Boy Scout, right?
I'm thinking, yeah.
There's a straight up scout trope.
Where's that? Let's see.
If you go to handouts, why did I say handouts that way? The handouts.
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 If you go to
Oh.
handout, you find information for kids on the bikes.
Got
Handouts.
2, 3, and
But it's
4
under
open.
tropes.
I'm between mathlete or popular kid.
Ooh.
I'm
If
looking
you are
at-
the popular kid, that begs to like
Sorry, go ahead.
go ahead.
I was just saying, Mathlete might have some of the traits that I'm looking for. I need to see what.
And I will say too, like as far as those go, so they have the possible strengths.
Mhm.
Those are also in the handouts, and those do have like actual mechanical perks. But your fears don't so much. Like we can kind of make it so then like you might have like a disadvantage roll if it's something super bad, but as far as mechanics, those don't actually fully play into it.
So, do I have to go with the specific trope, or can I kind of
No,
build?
you can build off of it. I mean, I'm just saying that there's one in there if you want to like start somewhere that's not zero.
Yeah.
But it seems like
yeah,
the
man, that's pretty good.
Specific tropes we gotta
No,
make
no,
up.
no. Yeah,
I
like
just thought
I'm just pointing them out because it's a really good place to start with.
yeah,
Because
that's
it says like
exactly why I did it.
possible strength, likely flaws, but you don't have
Yeah.
to do what they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I honestly I put those in there just kind of like as an inspiration. If somebody wanted to pick one, they absolutely could.
I
But
already
I
have.
don't want anybody to feel like they have to.
I already have, and it
Can you
seems
go
like,
back to the explanations of the?
Yeah.
and
sure,
basically,
sure.
so Sid, it seems like either way, you have that like sort of standard array of dice that you have to apply. That's the idea.
Yep.
Got it.
Mhm.
Now, here's a question: for strengths and flaws, do I just pick all that would apply, or like does it specify I need to pick
two strengths
and 2 flaws?
2 flaws.
Okay.
and 2 flaws, yes sir.
Okay.
I think you can technically have more, but it says like minimum 2 because
Right,
the flaws
especially
don't
for
have a
flaw.
mechanical thing.
Yeah. Strength, it's a cap of like 2 because in addition to it, I believe, hold on,
Oh, we get
Um,
one for being a kid. We're
as
child.
a character. I think I have it in here. Yeah, children automatically receive quick healing strength. That doesn't sound right. And they also get rebellious strength. So you get
No, they
+1
cannot
to
take
fight and
rebellious.
charm. That's right, they cannot.
And we get a +1 to
Yeah,
fight
you
and-
get a
I wish you could
+1 to
put the
fight and charm.
+1
Fight and
in.
charm.
You can click on the
Where?
actual gray box of the thing, and there's a modifier.
Yeah, but that'll just roll.
Oh. I guess you just have to remember it then.
Yeah, because I just put in 1.
I see.
All right. So
Oh,
I'm just
but
gonna
it-
put it
but
in the
it-
description.
But it rolls it with a +1. It looks like.
Right.
In addition, that's
but
gonna
it doesn't.
be everybody. So I mean,
But it doesn't like keep it.
Gotcha. Okay. So we'll just have to remember it. Yeah, because it's the same for all of us.
Yeah.
+1 charm, +1 flight.
This
what
one
we have?
flight.
Sounded funny.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Oh,
I think
no,
I'm gonna
maybe,
do
maybe.
popular kid because I feel like we need somebody outside of the
As a
group.
As a paper boy, I imagine I'm like really fast on the bike and can also like run if I need to. So flight's probably going to be his #1 stat.
I imagine I can imagine Richard like our two characters were like the first to form because you would be like delivering the paper, and then with like the other two join in. Like I'm not saying we have to RP that out, but like we've known each other before it became a group of 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely could have built off. Like, are we all in the same class if we're all 10?
I think so. That's what I would imagine.
Okay. So we've probably all known each other, small town area, unless somebody moved in later. Most of us probably know each other since like kindergarten or something.
Yeah.
I like the idea of going scout, kind of leaning into funny sidekick. So like shifting some of the stats around where it's like, I'm not intentionally charming, but I'm like endearing.
Well, and that's kind of
like-
all kids have the plus charm because
Like-
they're kids.
Homeschooler Boy Scout. That might be too on the nose.
And whenever y'all are ready, we got a fun question answer time for everybody's characters once you guys get them ironed out.
Yeah, I think I got. So power's gonna come later. We don't need to worry about that now.
Yeah, no, that's going to be for like powered character. Like how
Gotcha.
that runs, my understanding is everybody gets a certain attribute that they get to control, and that's how it becomes a group.
It's a Voltron.
thing. Uh-huh.
And the backpack is just where we
Basically.
put the things we find.
Yes. The thing about the backpack, it's specifically what is your character never without that can fit in a backpack.
Oh, okay, perfect. And there's like no limit to that.
I mean, I would put like some weight qualifications. You're not going to be like, I'm going to pack a whole ass generator in my
Sid,
backpack.
My
Well,
conspiracy
that's not how that
theorist
goes.
carries around a Glock, and you can't stop me.
Jesus Christ. Feature, my dad is an irresponsible gun owner.
Well, and then one of the things that they say for adults is that their backpack is like the trunk of their car. Like, so
Yeah.
you can fit some bigger things if you have like an adult coming around. Like,
And how do we determine what strengths we have?
You just pick.
you pick 2,
Pick 2. Got it.
and they're the actual mechanics of them are in the handouts.
Okay. I'm just
So,
going
like-
with what feels appropriate. I don't worry about what it means for me later.
okay.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not trying to min max.
So, and I
Just
will
kidding.
say, a lot of the things in here in the strengths, they mention adversity tokens. Adversity tokens are what like comes with a failure. So
Okay.
you get to use that later on to help you succeed at something. Is essentially what it is if you like boil it down.
Got it.
Would wealthy for a kid be like I've got $100 instead of $10?
I would even say wealthy for a kid, like back then.
Mhm.
I would say $20 would be like, oh my god, I have so much. But also, I wouldn't say like 50 to 100 would be out of like.
Yeah, it
possibility.
specifically says you may spend money as though you were in a higher age bracket. For example, a wealthy child is considered to have the disposable income of a typical teen, and a wealthy teen is considered to have the disposable income of a typical adult.
If he's a kid with a job, then yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Like,
right.
I
I'm
could,
also
like-
taking wealthy.
Middle school, high school, like generally speaking, I had like $60.
Yeah.
So somewhere around here is the. Sorry, I'm just missing something.
Alright.
There's
So I
a thing
think-
about what it. Oh, it talks about the strengths. Here, I found it. Sorry.
All right. I'm ready to share my stuff whenever we start. I guess saying what we've written down so far before we do questions.
Give it a couple minutes just so everybody's like finished up,
Yep.
and
And we'll go around the room, I guess.
I go cool under pressure too, just because I imagine that there's stresses of having a paper route. Got to get up early and meet the deadlines and stuff. Make sure you
no.
get the paper out on time before so and so calls. Like, hey, I went out for my morning paper, wasn't there.
Still working
Yeah.
on stats over here.
All good.
so I went back to double check on the adversity tokens. You
Mhm.
can pool adversity tokens. I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, because loyal, each of the adversity tokens you spend to help your friends gives them +2 instead of +1.
Oh, that's cool.
And how many flaws do we pick?
At least 2.
Yeah, and again, those don't have mechanical stuff unless we like
Oh,
clarify.
they don't. Okay.
Hey,
The strengths
if
do, but the
this
flaws
is
don't.
if this
Yeah,
is like a
okay.
severe problem for you, would like we'll do like a disadvantage kind of roll. But other than that, I mean,
So, the adversity tokens, like if you use one, you check off the box, and there's like a max per session.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's how we'll run it.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
I
ponder
think
this. I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right.
I meant that to be more guided, but it very quickly went crazy. Not in a bad way. So it's so funny too because the standard way that they suggest making a character
Mm-hmm.
is stats first, then age, and then like at the very end of it, they're
Oh.
like, now pick a name, and it's like I typically like don't do shit until I have a name.
Yeah. Like for me, like especially when we're doing 5e stuff, like I see an image of a character, and like my brain just writes a whole story. You know.
Also, motivation. I wouldn't put that on anybody like as a necessary for creation right now. I will be putting out like an actual story prompt so you can kind of get a better mind space idea.
Mhm.
But
think
yeah,
I got it,
don't
though.
feel like you have to have it right this second either.
And we haven't gotten to powers and backpack yet.
Powers will come later. Those come with your powered character, which again is it's a group character that you guys get to use, and you get attributes of that powered character. So you all get to control it using those. As far as backpack, it's what your character would have at all times that can fit in a backpack.
Okay.
So like hypothetically, old boy could have like a million fucking rubber bands. Just a shit ton of rubber bands.
Would I be able to have one of those like old VHS camcorder things?
Oh.
I'm going to say yes. The game does specify like not everybody has a camera, but that doesn't mean nobody would have a fucking camera. Like, so I say yes. In like a weird Super 8, like I have this camera. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like one of those. What were they called? High 8 cameras or something? It was like not
I think
film
so.
anymore. It was a video, but like man, grainy.
Yeah, I
bad.
believe
Uh-huh.
high 8 is what you think
Like
of.
definitely could see like a thing like, look, I got video of it, and they're looking at it, and it's like the autofocus is terrible and everything's like, I don't think. What is this?
It's a really cool picture of a tree you got there, bud. And just like that, we're in Canada.
Gosh, yeah, and there used to be the like disposable zip 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 with like
God.
his fingers in front of the thing half the time. Like it's not like you could just look at it right away. We'd have to get it developed somewhere.
Well, and that's what I think would be like a good backpack item for your local reporter is this little bullshit camera that like every time you whack it hard enough the flash goes off. and-
Oh, you're right. I should have a camera. I wrote down a pencil and notebook, cassette recorder, and microphone, but I should have like a little like disposable, like not a good, like the little Kodak camera,
Or even a Polaroid, but it's just a shitty Polaroid.
Yeah. That's like a prized possession of mine is the Polaroid.
I definitely had a camcorder in the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So it would not hold up today, but it was something.
My brother was getting into skateboarding not long after that, and he had one of his friends had one of those big ass freaking recorders. Hello.
Okay, I do. Oops. Yeah. Okay.
I say I'm reading through some of these notes, and just reading roller rink is like I hear share. Do you believe
I don't think I'm gonna go with the video camera because realistically, he'd be spending all his money on video games.
He'd be the kid that's like, you want to come over and play the new Segas?
Yeah, he would definitely have like the Dreamcast and the PlayStation, and all the Final Fantasies and the Pokemon. He would have, I think he'd have a Game Boy Color. That was 90s.
Was
Like,
the little
that
printer
would be,
one
like,
in that
one. Like, I
same?
got enough money to get the new Game Boy Color, and it has the light that you can
Wait.
attach.
Wait, there was that one like picture one. Wait. I think that was way later though. Damn it. 1998. Oh my god. You can have the Game Boy that has the camera on it.
Oh yeah, Game Boy Camera.
Oh, that's kind of perfect. That's, yeah, done.
I would say that could work for like Tony, yours.
Yeah.
Like,
As
just
soon as you said it, I
somebody
wrote
has
it down.
the Game Boy camera.
As soon as you said it, I wrote it down. Absolutely.
You ain't getting shit unless you're 2 feet from it,
Yeah.
but you got it.
Definitely would have a good supply of batteries. If I really needed a light rather than a flashlight, he probably would just plug in the light from the Game Boy to like get some
Yeah,
light.
yeah.
The little worm light thing.
Yeah. Gosh, what did I keep? Definitely a good supply of lemon heads.
I've missed some stuff here.
What are you looking for?
I think hopefully I've finished on my stats.
Okay.
So I think I'm
If
gonna
you
go.
are, all of them should be filled out with different dice.
Yeah,
Is it
it's
a
just making
simple-
sure they're allocated correctly.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, why did mine change? What?
I think I'm gonna go 20 for brains, 12 for charm, 10 for grit, 8 for brawn, 6 for flight, 4 for fight. Which I think that encapsulates homeschool Boy Scout pretty well. Because fight, nothing about homeschool Boy Scout says fight.
Dad always said that we shouldn't be fighting.
Right.
So if you're
Punching is the last answer.
so if you're homeschooled, you're just with us for like our electives, basically in school.
Well, I think like
He's somebody's cousin.
Well, hold on. No, because, like, okay, homeschool Boy Scouts, right? So, Boy Scouts, I'm looped in with somebody, possibly. If not that, then church. If not that, then, like, I am the new kid in school who was.
Oh, you get
Maybe
picked
I'd
on
like-
because you were a homeschooler?
I was homeschooling, and now, for the past year or two, I've been in the school.
You can no longer do homeschooling because work and money is no longer easy to come by in town.
Right,
So both
Mom-
of your
Yeah.
parents now have to commute.
Right, yeah. So that's the backstory. I think those stats reflect that pretty accurately. Like, if I'm accidentally endearing, I think the D12 in charm is good. Having the D20 in brains is like, oh, I learned a lot of shit. Like, I was taught how to load a gun and to treat wounds, and that's poison ivy, and that's poison sumac. And also, like, if you drink water from this thing, you could die because it makes your poop go bad until you die from dehydration. And weird shit like that. Like, little fun facts. And then grit for being stubborn as fuck. But I could put grit a little lower. But I feel like brawn, since, like, as a kid, brawn should be about the medium point. If I'm, like, a well-exercised kid, like, the strongest child is not as strong. It's a medium, a healthy medium. And then flight and fight.
While you decide, would you guys like to do the questions, and that can maybe help out
Yeah.
Sure.
potentially.
And actually, I have a question just because, like, I
Yeah.
just want input from you guys. Because I had a thought, and I'm like, I want my character's trope to be in high school, the person that fell out and became popular. So like this would be because I feel like right around going into middle school is when that separation starts to happen. So it's like clearly this character will be the popular kid that breaks away from the main group going forward.
Yeah.
And that's like
You'd have to
like
you'd be like some sort of athlete, I would think. You know what I mean?
well, I gave them wealthy, so they're
Okay,
like
sure.
one of the few affluent people that's going to go on. But like they're just starting to realize that they have more influence with some people, and like they're starting to realize that being associated with some people is like not getting them certain things.
Okay,
That
so
sort of
you're
thing.
like higher charisma, higher. You've got the money.
Yeah, so I went 20 charm, D12 or 12 in flight, 10 in brains, 8 in brawn because I do imagine some athletic stuff, 6 in grit, and 4 in fight. Because they don't
Okay.
really have to fight for anything.
It's all vanity muscles. Yeah.
Basically.
Wow, do we have
And
anybody who can fight?
Oh.
I could
This is
switch.
interesting.
I could switch. I took a
No,
karate
it's fine.
camp
I was
class.
just wondering if I guess we don't. It's fine if we don't. I just was
Well,
realizing
I
so
that.
could take
was-
judo. I could move brawn down to like.
I
could
was
shuffle around.
I'm a little torn because like I either go a little higher in grit or I go a little higher in fight. And I'm actually leaning a little higher in fight and then having low grit because it also says that that's emotionally like how well they could like start to be developing some like insecurity problems.
That's fair. Because
That
you're
comes with the
easily
popularity
manipulated by
trope
like
usually.
the norms.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna put grit down to D4, brawn to D6, and fight to D8.
Okay.
I think
Really out
that
of
makes sense.
curiosity, does everybody have a name for their character yet?
I do.
No.
Doogie.
I'm Justin Cooper.
Justin Cooper.
I am Sammy Buck.
So simply out of curiosity then, do you guys want to take a few more minutes for character creation, just like to true it up, and then we can move on to the questions, or do you want to do the questions now?
No, we can move on to the questions. I'm about to figure out
Okay.
a name.
The only question I have is, what is everybody's best stat? Mine's flight.
Mine's brains.
Yeah, mine's also brains.
Mine's charm.
I could switch brains with grit. Like, I don't know. It's like I know this is kind of min-maxing, but I want to make sure we're like spread out evenly too.
I
Or
can
not, like-
totally see a scout being like grit being the main thing. Like you're way more used to the wilderness than everyone else.
Especially
Yeah.
if you're a Boy Scout.
And stubborn as shit, like set in my beliefs. Like,
No,
Yeah.
like what I believe's right. Like you're not gonna change me. I am not gonna do a doobie jazz cigarette.
That being said, you could still have the 12 in brains,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's like you're still smart.
Right,
then-
that's still above average in the stats. Like is what that is.
yeah. So my charm is still D10, which makes more sense if I'm accidentally if I'm like endearing. I'm not that charming, but it's like enough to get by. I'm too smart for my own good, given how fucking socially ignorant I am.
my
Then-
worst stats are fight and brawn. Is that most people's, or are we just like a weak party?
We need Ryan to be a
Uh,
big kid who can just beat people up. We need him to be a bully.
Charm and brawn are my worst. I have D12 flight.
I mean, it makes sense. We're all 10. We're not gonna
Yeah,
be
we're
good.
kids. That's fine. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Also, I think especially because of the popular kid moving away, I think I'll be the token girl for kids on bikes.
That'll
I
work.
I was thinking about it, but I was like, I'm playing Audra. I don't need to,
Before you got hot in the eyes of middle schoolers.
Basically, that's what I'm thinking. It's like the transition, but
God.
like no one ever shows what happened going from high
Yeah.
school. From
Meanwhile, we're like,
or,
she used to be
elementary
friends with
school.
us. Now, she hangs around
Man,
with
it
other people we
happens
can't
over
stand.
summer, and then everybody just comes back and they're like, actually, that girl don't look too bad. And it's like, what?
So my character's name
Okay.
is Alexa Whitworth.
Alexa
All right.
Whitworth.
And I did make Sid, I'll send you. We won't need it tonight, but I will send you. I did make my my avatar.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
that thing that you had.
Those are just like little suggestions. I was really hard like looking through Pinterest, and I'm like, man, this is a lot of same stuff. So I found.
Well, also searching
those things.
child
Yeah.
is like
Fantasy child character art. Like, it's the worst.
You get the creepy like she's actually 2,000 years old.
Safe search on. Safe search on. Safe search on 4 times. I'm gonna be Doogie Thursday.
Of course.
I want to be Doogie in a way, but I
Is
can't.
Doogie his nickname, or is that his actual name?
Doug
like-
Doogie McPherson.
There you go. I was like, did his parents actually name him Doogie?
It's a family name.
Well, no, because I know that like some families they use that nickname very predominantly, and it just like overflows to normal
Name.
like
yeah.
interactions. So then they're like, yeah, that's Doogie, and they're like, did your fucking mom name you Doogie? Are you serious?
Fear
Okay.
is drowning.
So, can everybody roll a d20 for me, just so we can see who's going to be doing questions first?
Oh.
Oh ho.
I'm not first or
Richard?
last. I don't know which way it's going.
Okay. All right. So,
Boy.
how this goes is you answer 2 questions per about each character, and this is just kind of filling out like what your vibe of these characters are. This also gives everybody a pretty good chance to kind of like, no, this is my character. It is your choice if you want to roll positive or negative, or strangers. So positive, generally, I have a positive outlook on this person. Negative is I kind of think negatively of this person. And then there's strangers, like, I don't really know this person. They're just kind of in my clique. But like in the circle of friends, they're not my friend kind of situation. So we're going to answer 2 per character. You're going to roll d20s, and I'm going to pull them off of the little table. And we'll do it that way if that's cool.
When you say
Yep.
2 per character, as in we're answering 2 questions about the others.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
And you can
Okay.
like I
So it'll
was
be
gonna
6
do
total
like
for each of us.
yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay, so wait, I'm a little well,
So I should.
I guess whoever will go first will get
We're,
it.
Yeah.
we're describing our dynamics with each other, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
hmm Like some of them are like, my nickname for this character is this because,
Yeah.
and it can be a little informative. Like, well, I think maybe you did this one time, and like, yeah, totally, I'll
One
do
of you
that.
better call me Scoops, I swear.
Guys, don't call him Scoops. So
me
Richard, if
Scoops.
we want to start, go ahead and roll another d20 for me, and we will be starting with your impression of the Doogie.
The Doogie.
Really quickly, do you have a positive or a negative impression of Doogie?
Do I base that off the 5 or just anything?
I just kind of your like, how do you want your character to feel about Doogie as the homeschooler, new guy, kind of that is probably new to your school this year, who just joined your friend group, the Boy Scout who kind of gets on your ass every time you do something maybe morally gray, but also knows a lot of shit.
The number we're rolling is just
You know your
determining-
shirt's not tucked in, and also make sure
Yes.
not to smoke cigarettes because the
What is
damage
his
is lungs.
opinion on video games?
I think video games are fun, but also the adults in my life tell me that they're from Satan and to make you touch naughty places, and that it will be bad for your eyes and brain.
What is your outlook on Doogie? Or we can do one of each. We can also do one of each.
I also like lighting fires and firecrackers.
I wish there was a neutral option. It has to be positive or negative.
It is positive or negative.
And he's not gonna know, or am I just like blatantly being like it?
Here for this one, like this one was a little gray, and they said that this was probably like where people had the most like commentary on it, just the way it's structured, because it's like I don't know shit about these people and you want me to form an opinion. Like for that 5, this is the negative. What does this character have that you want to take from them? And this is the positive. What do you care about this character more than they care about you? Why do you care about this character more than they care about you? I mean, I don't think that negative is a real negative. Like, if you just want to be like, hey, I want to take this from this character, I don't think that's a negative.
Like something physical he has that I want to take from him?
I don't see why not. And honestly, like, if this doesn't vibe, we can totally skip this shit. Because I was reading about it too, and I was like, well, we'll try.
Yeah, it's a kind of weird prompt. I guess I'll go with I want to take his compass.
Okay. Do you want to roll a d20 again, or do you want to pass? Like,
Sure.
just in terms. Again, like this seemed like a funny
Are you
thing.
writing it anywhere, or are you?
I'm jotting it down.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I want to take that guy's compass. I like it, and I want it.
All right, and I think moving forward, I'm gonna take positive and negatives. I'm gonna give you the option.
Yeah, that's helpful.
All right, and I'm not gonna tell you which one's which. What's your first memory of this character? Or what do you do to intentionally annoy this character? I like that question a lot, to be honest.
I will tell him about the latest video game I got. Like, oh, did you get this game? Oh no, you didn't get it. You're not allowed. Sucks.
Because I think too, like, it says negative, but also kids are just dicks sometimes.
Actually,
And,
wait.
like,
So if he's like allowed, if he's not allowed to do all these things, I know that like parents are kind of like extra. I'll be like, oh, so how was Arthur? You enjoy that show? Like, just kind of like digging in, like
here's your PC cartoons that you are allowed to watch.
last night. Oh no, you didn't. Okay. Because Simpsons is
So-
the edgiest thing to a 10-year-old in 1999.
Yeah.
So I ask about pop media that he doesn't actually know about.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's mostly just because of my own insecurity that for some reason maybe what I'm doing with video games is wrong, and maybe his family knows something I don't.
I feel like that's fair. Especially with the Phantom video game arcade that apparently killing people or something.
Yeah.
Oh, you can come back. I didn't know you were gone. You could come back. Come back.
Andrew.
Come back. Yep, you're
I
good.
don't know that you had to go.
He didn't, but it was
Come back.
fine.
Yeah, I don't think you had to go. So like just
Volume
I
was
think
down.
The main thing is I'm not going to tell you the first thing, but the second thing is that every once in a while, only when my character's mad at you for some reason, he'll kind of rub in like certain like, hey, like how was Arthur last night? Did you catch a good episode of that? Or like just ask about The Simpsons or things like that, like things that I know that your family wouldn't let you watch.
Oh,
I
you
think
know
that's a
Arthur
fun
is
one, though.
PG-13, and they only allow me to watch PG. That's
He's
fucked
butter
up.
suddenly.
They know aardvarks do not speak English, and that is blasphemy, sir.
Blasphemy. Okay.
This is gonna be
Now we're
big.
answering questions about Sammy Buck or Scoops. Right? Is that
Yeah,
Tony's
yeah,
question?
yeah.
Okay, all right, okay.
Sammy.
So on to Tony. We'll do 2 more for him, and then we'll do 2 for Artem. And again, we'll pick.
Okay, I'll try to do it faster.
You know what? For the lulz, if you want, we can even pull up the stranger one just to.
Oh wait,
Just to have
so are we
variety.
determining positive, negative, or stranger before you even roll for the question you're
That's-
asking?
Well, no. So the way that the book specifies, it's like, no, you are like going through and you're answering these questions about characters you don't technically know, but
No,
it's
yeah,
the way
yeah.
to form your relationships.
Right.
And like making these things up on the fly is a little much when the person creating the character doesn't even have that much information yet. So
Sure.
it's I'm thinking mildly collaborative. I give you an option of what you'd like to answer based on the
Gotcha.
roll, just to
Yeah.
keep the rolling element to it, because why the fuck
Yeah,
not?
and so
Otherwise
it's
you're
not
reading
like-
40 questions.
So it's not like stepping on toes either.
Yeah,
Like you're
yeah,
making
still-
stuff about someone else's character.
Still a little collaborative, but super, super optional. And
Cool.
if you want to like pass and we can talk about it later, we can absolutely do that.
Okay, so 16 for Scoops.
For Scoops, how far would you go to make this character suffer?
Oh my god.
That's so dark.
What would losing this character mean to you?
How would you murder this 10-year-old?
And then it's what terrible loss.
Losing this character would mean that that one of my oldest friendships would be ruined, and that would be terrible.
Oh.
Okay. And your second one, sir.
All right.
Also, the stranger's table is super fucked. Okay.
The stranger's
Um,
table sounds like a creepy part of this town, by the
Well,
way.
it's like, what
Welcome
bad
to the
thing
stranger's
have you
table.
heard about this character that you can't believe is true? So it's kind of rumor mill stuff,
Mm.
which is fine,
Yeah.
but like we probably definitely won't utilize it for this. 17. Why do you dislike this character when all of the other characters seem to love them? Or what aspect of this character's personality do you try to use as a model for your own? Which I think is a very sweet question.
Yeah.
Well, I take it that he has a fair amount of professionalism with his work, right? Like he's like, I imagine that you treat your job as a junior reporter seriously.
Yes, but I also specifically chose that he has the disobedient trait. So like he takes it seriously to the point of like, I'm not supposed to go in here and do this, but I'm gonna do it for this story.
I'm
Like
gonna
that-
get my story.
Yeah. So like I guess like that
that's
is
what
still
he
taking it
dislikes
seriously.
about him. Then it's like, hey,
Yeah.
listen, we're part of the newspaper team, and sometimes I feel like you don't take it very seriously. And you know, like if you are like not treating this well and getting good stories, then less people are picking paper routes, and that means $4 less a month for me for every person who isn't doing
Yeah.
this. Like it's
Okay.
very mathematical about
Yeah.
like,
All right,
Your
and now we're
shenanigans
gonna.
cost me $5 the last month.
Oh, and I can only imagine like standard rumor mill is like, oh, this little boy who's interning for the paper is like a little shit, and he did this last week. He like entered into
Yeah.
some old house, and they're like, I don't want to buy from that paper
Yeah.
no more.
I was thinking
Like,
about
Absolutely.
I was thinking about giving like the obnoxious trait, but I don't want to RP that. So I was like, let me do disobedient because that's along the
Bless
same
you, sir.
lines, but it's less, you know.
Bless you.
But it's the same
I'll-
idea though of like
I'll
I
take
will
obnoxious.
of like I'm the kid who like I see the no trespassing and I was like, oh, but I have to.
I'm not gonna lie.
The story's on the other side of that fence, you know.
Yeah. Tony, I'm not gonna lie. I was like this close to doing Mathlete, giving him gross and making him super obnoxious. Be like, hey guys.
Well, then you got to do that for like 2 to 3 more weeks. So
I would
That's the
do it
real
in a
trope.
heartbeat.
Oh God.
yeah, like my
Guys, are we going to watch Star Wars next week?
you have a -1 to charm because your nose is always running somehow.
Yes.
Like it's that kind of thing.
Oh
Ugh.
no.
Oh no, I didn't take my allergy medicine. Oh,
What are you allergic to? Life.
everything.
Richard, do you want to roll another d20 and we can do for Artem's character for Alexa.
I hope
And
nobody.
again, like if
Where are these rolls?
if
I
anything
know, right?
isn't jiving super hard, we can like you can say, hey, we can talk about it later.
Do any of you have an
Um,
Amazon Alexa? Because if you did, this campaign would get real annoying real fast.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So,
Alexa, what do
because
you think
already
about the
rolled
monster?
this- because you already rolled this, you can either roll again or answer the same pick the same like kind of questions.
I'll just
Okay.
roll again. 14. That's
God damn, though, you are rolling very well. What would this character have to do to get you to forgive them? Or what is the bravest thing you've ever seen this character do?
I don't know. I'll let Artem answer one of those. I'm not sure because I
I
don't
think
know
that's fair.
yet.
Well, I think you should answer the forgive one because like the whole thing about like she's starting to break away. What if she didn't go to like one of the movies with you guys or something like that?
She was hanging out with someone else.
Yeah.
The breach of friendship code,
Mhm.
Alexa.
Wait, did you ditch me one day?
Yes, basically. She like ditched you
Yeah.
once.
I thought you were going to see Star Wars with us.
Wow. So what would you need to do to make up for that? Like,
I don't know.
me
Can
to
you
the birthday
unspoil
party
the Phantom Menace?
So invite you to the
Sorry.
birthday party.
and like hang out with me the whole time?
Okay.
Can it be so hypothetically? Did she actually like if she actually left? Like, hey, we were gonna go see Phantom Menace together. You didn't show up, but then I also saw you go with somebody else. Is that how deep this goes?
It's that sort of thing, yeah.
or it's like I imagine it's like a she said, "Oh, I can't go, I'm sick," but then you rode by and you saw her.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of deal.
Hard to
Such-
hide from the
There's-
paper boy.
Yeah.
He's
The
everywhere.
ultimate betrayal for a kid right there, man.
a lingering grudge there, and I like it. One more.
You said you were on vacation, but I rolled by. Your dad's car was in the driveway.
Oh no.
I deliver your paper every day.
I know you were home.
Who
My
am I,
name's
sir?
Justin Cooper.
Sorry, what?
My name is Justin Cooper.
Thank
named
you.
after two of my friends who grew up on the cul-de-sac when I was growing up.
Aw.
Aw.
I didn't even think to do that. I
You want to
realized I could have.
roll one more for Artem, and then we can keep it.
10 is no good. Did
Oh, I
already
didn't
roll?
see the 10. I'm sorry. What is this character doing that's putting you both at risk? Risking our friendship. What is this character sacrificing to protect you?
Oh.
That's a pretty deep one.
Oh.
Again, I need help from Artem on this.
I feel like
don't
we
know.
could like do this at a party, but about each other as people, and it would be
Oh
like
my
a very like good experience. Like if you just chose the positives, you know?
Yeah,
like a really
I was
good
about to say the
experience.
negatives would get real bad.
No. If you
Yeah.
just did it
Break some
positive.
friendships. I don't know, like it's not like she doesn't hang out with you anymore. So I don't know, she's still trying to keep the friendship going as far as you know, but
I think that one
What
can
were the
probably be
two?
left
There was-
kind of vague. What is this character doing that's putting you both at risk? Or what is this character sacrificing to protect you?
Are you keeping a secret from me to protect me?
or maybe it's because we were friends, I'm keeping a secret for you.
Oh, that could be.
Like
it.
And
I
even
know
though you're
something
being a
about
little
you
friend?
that would absolutely destroy you, and I've never
Boy, what
been
secret could
disloyal about that.
10-year-old man?
He
tell?
wet the bed
Name
until he was
something.
8. Especially like and do like keep in mind it's kids. So like it doesn't have to be a monumental huge thing. It could be like you said, I drove by and her dad was there and she said she wasn't gonna be there, but I saw she was there. Like it can be
Yeah.
small world stuff.
I will think on that a bit, and maybe between Artem and you, we can
Sure.
just figure that out.
Yeah, because you obviously you don't want to give the secret away to other people.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll see that she's protecting a secret for me.
Okay.
Sure. Let's do okay, and then it was Andrew.
Yeah.
Let's roll some dice,
Oh,
buddy.
shit. Alright, what's my first roll there?
You are going to be answering questions on. Let me find where you went, sir. Oh, I put him in there twice. No, I didn't. Sure. Tony? There you are. Okay. You're going to be answering about Richard.
Okie dokie. What am I rolling? D20?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Scroll back down. 11. What does this character do that immediately makes you lose your temper? Which is funny because he deliberately makes references at you that... Or, what lengths would you go in order to defend this character?
Ooh. So, Richard / Justin Cooper, he's also a paper boy reporter, junior reporter.
I'm the
Or-
reporter.
You're the reporter. Richard is the
Paper boy.
He is a paper boy. Okay. And he was talking statistics and numbers a lot.
Like maybe he just talks about his money all the time?
Yeah, he's way into math, and I could easily see him talking about like, okay, so percentage of this equals this, and then if we divide that by all of us, and that means this, and me getting so overwhelmed by that because that is too much. So to infuriate me, he crunches numbers and stats too much.
Okay. Roll another d20.
A 2.
Oh
What do you
boy.
admire about this character but would never tell them?
Ooh.
Or what secret are you keeping from this character that you would be devastated if they found out?
So
Kind
what
of
do I
writing it, this is
admire?
funny.
What do I admire or he keeps from me?
What you keep from
Or
him.
what I keep from him?
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
We can
Yeah.
absolutely come back to it if it's too deep.
I'll mute my computer.
Justin Cooper, just he his brain is too big. He has so many trains of thoughts. And I only get a couple trains, but he has like a million trains. He can think about so many things and not lose track of shit. I said a bad word. Not he has so many trains, and I have less trains of thought, and I just think he's very smart.
Okay. You could come back. All right,
Is it-
and now,
Safe to come back.
yeah, you're good.
So there's a
Now,
secret he has from me, huh?
potentially.
Alrighty.
Now for Tony's character,
No,
Scoops.
I want him.
For Scoops.
For Scoops Ahoy.
Scoops ahoy. The junior reporter, the loose cannon.
How far would you go to avoid being alone with this character? Or why do you
Ooh.
have a bond with this character that can never be broken?
That first one just made me feel like, what did I do?
Well, okay, Tony, can you think of a reason that our paths would have, how our friendship would have been cemented before this immediate group?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna need an anchor,
Yeah.
but like,
I'm thinking he Scoops did a thing where he went undercover as a Boy Scout for one of his stories. He was like, "Mom, sign me up for this," so that he could be undercover, and like you were part of that troop that he was part of.
interesting. Okay.
But like you're the one he told that like, "I'm actually undercover. I'm only gonna be here a couple weeks till I get my story."
You
You know?
can't tell me that! And you're asking me to lie? You're asking me to lie!
It's not. No, lying is like when you say it on purpose.
Oh,
I'm saying
no.
like you dance around the truth. You know, like when you eat all the crust of the sandwich first, so that it's done and it's out of the way.
I only know tap and salsa. I don't know this one.
So does this go towards the bond that you have that'll never be
man.
broken?
Oh
I know,
man, this
he
is
just asked
good.
when we would have met, so that's what I got for you.
Okay, if we met while you were in, you like dipped into Boy Scouts just to get some dirt.
Yeah. I mean, the bond, like, I mean, if you're someone who doesn't, well, if you're like the goody two shoes, like, and the bond is that you didn't let it slip, you know what I mean? You held that secret for a whole
think
week.
that's pretty good.
The reason I don't want to be alone with Scoops is that I'm worried he will somehow get me to like spill information that I probably don't even have.
I was thinking about that.
I'll get a false confession out of you.
It's an irrational fear of like you getting me to divulge information that gets someone in trouble.
No.
So, yeah, I love that.
Literally, when that rolled, I was like Tony's character tried to get like an interview with his mom about having to suddenly go back to work, and like ever since then, it's just been like this guy's just using me to get information.
Right.
Another D20.
I hope someone else is keeping notes. I'm doing my best.
I am.
Oh God, got a 5.
It's just determining the question.
Same one. So what does this character have that you want to take from them? Or why do you care about this character more than they care about you?
Ooh.
Okay, for Scoops, why do I care about them more than they care about me, or what do I want from them?
Yep. What do you want to take from him? It's got a pretty sweet like recorder.
He does,
And that
but
Game Boy
That
camera.
Game Boy. He's got the Game Boy camera. Man.
And I bet you're not allowed to play games.
I bet
thing
you're
is,
not
though-
allowed to play games.
Thing is, though, I'm not envious of that. I'm excited for him. I think that's super rad, but it's like, I don't want to take that from him. I'd feel bad if I took that from him. What was the other one?
Why do you care about this character more than they care about you?
Why do I care about them more? He's just so dang smart. Sorry, my guinea pig's hopping around.
I actually saw that.
Yeah?
I saw it on the side of the frame. The guinea pig just like leap into battle.
Yeah, she's hopping over there. I care about Scoops because I think they are a valuable resource for the community that I don't think other people really acknowledge or appreciate yet. And I think once they grow up and like really develop these skills, they're going to be like the next big face. Like we have the big author. I think the next one is going to be this reporter that really like moves to New York and like cracks a big case and makes
I want to
a
let you
big
know,
story.
Andrew, before we
That's
did this,
sweet.
before we did the question segment, that is almost exactly what I wrote down for this character. That my
Okay, now we're
motivation is to
going
be a
on-
famous writer like Queen.
Now we're going on to Artem's character, Alexa.
Okay.
Alexa?
Alexa, the popular kid.
I have added that to your shopping list.
No!
I
Go
will
ahead and
say
roll your
there's a positive, a negative, and then a stranger question list.
Yeah, the strangers are like legitimately like, what's a rumor you've heard about this person that you do not know?
Okay.
But it's not all of them. Like it's weird.
I'm gonna put this out there. I think Alexa and Doogie have never met.
That's fair.
'Cause
If he's-
Doogie's
if
always
she's
been in
kinda transitioning
homeschool.
over, that's fair.
Oh,
That's fair.
girls.
So,
I also think that's great because anything I'm scared of you about, it's only what I've heard about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like
And
everything
vice
I
versa.
know, everything I know about you is all hearsay.
And I bet your
Yeah.
parents say
I
some
was about
horrible
to say,
stuff.
like, I was gonna make the stipulation if that's what we're rolling, like what you have is you. Like this is all this is stuff you've heard. It's nothing directly from Artem. If that's how we're gonna roll this.
Yeah.
And I want to
Okay.
put this out there because you're in the Boy Scouts thing. I think the only place our two characters would have probably ever seen each other is like church.
Ah, that's great.
That's it.
She always wears like light blues and winter colors. Does that
Roll
mean
your
anything?
D20s, sir.
The first one was an 11.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see that one. They're all starting to like merge together. And we're off as strangers. What
Way
bad thing
too
have you heard
close.
about this character that you can't believe is true?
Popular kid. Does it have to be true, or it's just some bullshit
This
rumors?
is completely bullshit rumors that you've heard that you're like, I don't know if that's true.
I heard she did slip someone X-Lax because they slighted her in a very minuscule way. Like it could have been they wore the same thing at a party, and so she
I hope
slipped
this
some
shit
lax.
comes up in like casual conversation with the boys, and they're like, "What the fuck? What are you talking about?"
What parties? We're 10.
I don't know. They were at Chuck E. Cheese's, and they were both wearing Checkers Vans, and so she had X-Lax, I guess.
This one makes sense strictly because you just said like church work and stuff. What volunteer work have you heard that this character does?
Oh, made sandwiches for the homeless. They were part of an assembly squad. They like,
All right. And now we are on to the next person, which I believe, or no, nope,
Artem
Tony's last.
next.
It's Artem.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I should have made like a turn order, but then I was like, who needs that? I can remember. No.
We're good.
All right, so who am
Okay.
I rolling for first?
This is going to be Richard, Justin Cooper.
Okay. I'm going to roll both of my d20s just so that it's easier to
Yeah,
keep
sure.
together.
A 6 and a 7. So the first one, what is this character doing either knowingly or unknowingly that hurts you? Or what role did this character play in the best day of your life? Some of these questions are really sweet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been thinking about this. I feel like Alexa and Justin may have been neighbors at one point, and I think that Alexa lost her mom really early, and so it went from like worst day of her life to Justin did something for her early on to make it like that she has like a formative core memory of happiness that he brought when she was at her like worst.
I brought
Trying-
you my Super Nintendo. I have.
Yeah, something like that. Like he never brings his games out because it's very much like his games,
Yeah.
but he brought it to her house because of that.
Oh.
I have
Oh,
that
yeah,
with somebody.
you
That's super
have a
sweet.
thing where a friend gave you like a whole box of video games, and like even if they were the ones they never played anymore, it was still just like better than Christmas. It was like
Yeah.
I just got 20 games.
I
Yes.
literally know I have basically that exact thing. When I was growing up, a couple houses down, like 6 or so houses down, was my buddy Michael, who like I'd go over on like a couple nights a week and play Nintendo with. Oh man, good
Yeah,
times.
so he's probably not very good at like connecting emotionally, but he's
Mhm.
like, I know you're feeling bad. Here's a box full of video games. Please.
Also, like,
Like,
yeah, like, and then like just, I mean, chilling in the same room together and not interacting is still solid.
Yeah, it's presence with somebody, you know, just
Yeah.
being there.
And your number 7 for Justin. What do you need to take from this character for their own good? Or what plan?
Ooh.
What
Wow.
plan do you and this character have that most excites you?
remember when we
Interesting.
planned to go to the movies?
Yeah. Well, okay.
Oh,
So the
man.
ditching thing would have had to been something else. I will say she still hangs on to I want to see Star Wars with Justin. Because that's like the big thing of like
Yeah.
it's still there, but like also at the same time she's like, am I gonna break that promise too?
Yeah. Man, I'm realizing how much the ditching thing would have hurt Justin now with the video games and everything. Oh man.
Yeah.
Can I ask, are they staying away from any Star Wars spoilers? Like, do you
It
want
was
to?
easier to avoid spoilers back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a computer or anything.
Right, but if someone's like, "Oh, well, I heard this character," no,
Yeah.
fuck off with that.
You have to like
Yes.
just sit at the right table
Yeah?
at lunch and you're
Okay,
safe.
so
You know.
Did
So
you
you're also
hear
avoid-
that Qui-Gon dies at the end of the movie?
No.
no.
There's this really cool guy with a red face who gets cut in half.
Oh my god.
Okay, your next questions are going to be for Doogie, so you're going to be pulling from the stranger.
Yes.
Same rules apply.
Okay.
Should I go?
No, you're fine. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, I think it depends if-
Maybe not. What do you hope to learn about this character to manipulate them?
Oh.
Can I say though, and that sounds awful, but like young teen girls.
Mm.
Oh no, I can't hear anything. My headphones are way over here.
Oh,
I
This could be a
think-
church adjacent thing too. You guys have
I
that
don't-
in common.
I don't think there's a church adjacent thing. I think Alexa has a crush on somebody in the Scouts. And
Ooh.
she's like,
Yes.
he's the only person that's in this friend group that I'm like, maybe I can learn things about said person.
Yeah. So she's like, I need to talk to you, but then he's like, I gotta go. It's like
Yeah.
she's just like this chick put X-Lax in somebody's stuff. I got to
Exactly.
leave. What? Okay, I like that one. And then 7. Why was your only brief interaction with this person so positive? I will accept so negative or so questionable as well. Like so adjective.
I'll you know what? I think it's a both thing because of what he's heard about her. The positive part of it was that like, well, okay, the negative part of it was he was really super freaking weird. It was like very like what? It's like one of the times like talking in church or like just being like next to each other seated. But the positive side of it would probably be like, even though he was super weird, he didn't talk to her. Like he wasn't annoying her. He was just weird, but over here weird.
Yeah. I like that a lot. Last 2. This one is for Scoops.
Oh, right.
Or Tony's character. Yeah.
A lot of
Damn,
sevens
y'all
in
are
this.
rolling
Yeah, you
like a
rolled a
lot
really
of the same
weird, like-
numbers.
You rolled 2 7s and 2 17s.
Yeah. Well, I did give my character the lucky strength.
Okay. So your 2 that you got to pick from is what is the most dishonest thing you've seen this character do?
Oh boy.
Or what is the kindest thing this character has done for you?
I think the dishonest thing, she knows the one time where he lied in one of the newspaper things.
Ooh.
Oh yes. That's so good.
I put 3 exclamation points at the end of that one. That's a good one.
I'm leaving
Why
that
do
to
you
you as to when
dislike-
you bring it up, Art. I'm not even gonna try to think about what it
All
would
right.
have been.
Yeah, I feel like if we're ever in a like discourse and like
It's when
arguing,
it's when the
she'll
kids start
call
saying
it.
the worst thing they can think of. Oh yeah,
Yep.
butt face. Well, I know you made this up. Yeah.
And your second question is why do you dislike this character when all other characters seem to love them? Or what aspect of this character's personality do you try to use as a model of your own?
The diligence and like the what's the name? It's Sammy, but
Scoops.
Scoops,
So,
right? Yeah,
well,
Scoops.
Sammy also like is the what kids would call him, but Scoops. Yeah, whatever.
Right.
Oops ahoy.
So getting into the like knowing that we're going to middle school and like the adults have started to push the idea of like think about what you want to be in life. She has no idea what she wants to do and she's really jealous of the fact that Scoops very clearly has a vision of himself in the future. And she's
I
like,
like that a
"How
lot.
do you know this?"
I think that's a really good one. All right. Our final person
Yeah.
is the Tony.
Is Ryan. When did he get here?
Scoops, get afraid to leave it, Scoops. Isn't it weird what shit just sticks with you?
All right.
That
Ooh.
was one of the best
The first one.
Quoted thing from Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
Is that
Dude,
the that one of the
Yeah.
night?
It is.
It's
Yeah.
Stoop
A
Kid.
4 and a
Uh-huh.
1. And this
All
is
right.
for.
This is our lowest rolling shit,
I know.
actually.
Who's this for?
So this is for Alexis.
Okay.
What are you
this
sure this
isn't for-
character? No, I didn't put it in any order.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It is anarchy.
Because like if these were the low, because I feel like Scoops and Justin have like the kid best friend bond, and like so rolling lowest for that would have been, not that it matters the severity of the question, but it was anyways.
No, like it's
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
What are you sure this character is hiding from you? Or what trait about this character that they despise do you genuinely appreciate?
Oh, okay.
These are such weirdly thoughtful questions
Okay.
based off of like what you know about people.
I really okay. I
this
want to
point.
answer the second one, and I think it's specifically because I don't know if this will be a relevant one later, but I definitely think Scoops has a crush on Alexa, and like when he finds out she likes someone in that scout troop is just gonna be like so devastated, you know. So like I would say the thing he admires about her that she dislikes about herself, right? That was the thing.
Yep.
Okay.
And there's a lot to pull from here because I specifically gave her the insecure flaw.
Yeah. I think so I think because he's like the intuitive type, she probably can hide her insecurities from most people, but he can kind of tell that like it's there. So I think it's the fact that like so it'd be related to that in a way, like, and I don't know if it's that, it wouldn't be that like he like admires the insecurity because that's weird, but it would be like I admire that like she's like kind of doing something to make up for that flaw in a way, you know what I mean? Like she's not just letting it like pin her down, like even if maybe she's going about it and like
Self-awareness.
yeah, kind of like even if she's like sort of covering it up and maybe not dealing with it, she's at least doing something, you know? And so he like sees that and is like, oh, I'm glad she can still be like who she is around people when I have a feeling she's like sadder inside, you know?
I like that.
Again, and like I know this is taking longer and it's like way longer than I expected, but like
Fine.
I think it's a lot of these questions like are very like deep considering the level of like I just made my character, here's a flaw or trait. I think that's a little funny in the skew of the game.
Because like these are the things we discover while we're
But-
playing 5e, you know?
Yeah, typically. But I
also-
like how it's making you think about these things as
Yeah.
well.
Well, I think we have to because there's also an assumption that these characters know each other on
Yeah.
some
Mhm.
level.
Yeah.
And in D&D, like usually it's the adventuring party comes together and you can explore that, but it's
Yeah.
like these people have had years.
And I think aside from the fact that we're in the same class, Scoops and Alexa definitely know each other because she's Justin's neighbor. Like,
Yeah.
so he's around, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did it freeze again?
Oh no, I think she did. I'm so curious what the one
I
question
know, right?
is.
What the number one is?
While we're waiting on that, how did Andrew's character get connected with the group?
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. Because I would have met you through that.
I
Sid's
think-
back.
I think the three of us have probably known each other
Oh.
since like elementary school or kindergarten even. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
well, I guess we're in elementary school. We're in
There
like
we go.
5th grade.
Yeah.
So the options I can think of are either whoever got to know me when I first started coming to high school or middle school.
Elementary. 5th grade.
Elementary.
Still 5th grade.
We're the elementary seniors.
Yeah.
I- This means nothing to me. I was pulled out at 3rd grade and then homeschooled for a while.
Yeah.
But either like y'all got to know me when I transitioned into public school,
Mhm.
or someone met me in Oh, I think Scoops.
I was gonna say I met you at the troop. I feel like maybe I invited you to a
Yeah.
birthday party or something. Like that's
Yeah,
how it
so
happened.
like in that period of time where you were investigating the Boy Scout troop, we
Mhm.
had gotten to know each other. You
Right, yeah.
invited me to a birthday party, and then when I went
Yeah.
to school, it was like, oh, I know you.
Yeah, I feel like it's like this is like the kid version of like when the undercover person has to like fake being romantic with somebody. The kid version is like I was faking being in the troop for my story, but we were actually real friends.
Hey,
That
this
kinda
kid's
thing.
kind of weird, but he's also kind of not. He's okay. Like, just
He
don't be
didn't-
weird.
yeah, he didn't
Are
blow
you
up
ready for
my.
the
He
next
didn't blow
question?
my cover. Yeah. What's the nat one? How will you murder this person?
Okay. What did this character do in the past that you still resent them for? Or what did this character do for you that makes you owe them a debt that you don't think you can repay?
Oh. Ooh. Okay. I don't know the nature of it, but I think as part of a story that Scoops wanted, like, Alexa was like, okay, here are, like, the old things of my dad's. You can go through them to find what it is you're looking for. And, like, that was, like, you know, that's a big deal to him. Like, he's like, I looked through, like, a deceased person's belongings. That's crazy that she let me do that. And I don't think I'll never have something that, like,
Wait, was it the mom or the dad that passed?
oh,
Was
I'm
it the
sorry.
mom?
I'm sorry. The
Mom died.
The mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for some story, Alexa was like, you can look through. Here's like the box of stuff that was kept. Like it wasn't like the story wasn't on her mom,
Right.
but it was like
Might have been on like where she was working
exactly.
or something like that. Yeah.
exactly. So it's like I'll never have something that sort of close to the heart that I'll let someone. There's nothing like that for Scoops to let someone see, you know what I mean? So it was like a very vulnerable thing.
Okay. Two more. On to Justin Cooper.
Right. All right. Scoops and Coops.
Re-roll one of those,
Right.
obviously.
Right?
Unless you
No,
just want to
answer
do a
both.
positive and negative. Try again.
Why did it just... Oh. For some reason, I thought that 12 was it. Okay. 6 and
Okay.
17.
What role did this character play in the best day of your life? What is this character doing, either knowingly or unknowingly, that hurts you?
Okay. I was thinking about this. The second question. Scoops considers Justin like his best friend. So if there's some times when he's like, oh, I'm just going to hang out with Alexa today. It doesn't need to be, I'm not going to hang out with you. It's kind of like it's the same level of, it's not like the ditching thing that like Justin and Alexa have, but it's like sort of that thing of like, oh man, he's choosing like anybody over me. That kind of bums me out
But
sometimes.
in addition to it, it's Scoops' crush that he's going to go
Mhm.
hang out with, just
Mhm.
all like loosey-goosey and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Okay, and then number 17 again, y'all. Holy shit.
So wait, we're saying that he's got a bit of a thing that I go over and hang out with Alexa.
Yeah, like if like because it's the double thing of like, oh, my best friend's hanging out with someone else, and he's hanging out with the girl that I have a crush on. So it's like it kind of kind of bugs him.
Okay, and the 17. Why do you dislike this character when all other characters seem to love them? Or what aspect of this character's personality do you try to use as a model for your own? This one keeps coming up.
Yeah, I know.
Because it keeps coming up, I will allow for a reroll, but also you can all absolutely answer.
I can no. I think Scoops is less considerate sometimes of folks when he is like going about his stories and whatnot. He can just go in and be pretty blunt. But Justin seems to be like a little kinder and more tactful about stuff. Like the video game thing. The video game thing, you know, was like a really kind gesture when like her mom died. But Scoops would have been like, I don't know, I'll like write about her in the paper for you. You know what I mean? Like something like that'd be like the nicest thing he could do. Whereas like Justin's was a little more touching, you know, a little more heartfelt.
Okay.
I like to think that Justin was like, man, nailed it, got the video games, that's what cheered her up. But to her, it was like they spent the day together and
Yeah.
they just like, were there. But to him, he's like, nailed it, got her the right stuff.
She loves Sonic 2.
She played a lot of Sonic too.
Yeah.
Thought she was a sick.
Or wait, it's 99, so I guess it's she played a lot of Crazy Taxi.
Claymation?
Yeah.
Okay.
For some reason,
Playmate.
Seaman was a big hit. I don't know why.
Last two are for Doogie
Right. Okay.
or Doug.
Oh, it's definitely Doogie.
311.
311. Amber's the color of your energy.
Yep.
What could make what could make you betray this character, or what great kindness did this character do for you that they don't even remember, but you do?
Ooh, that they don't even remember. While I was undercover at the Scouts, he actually like tied like the knots for me because I didn't know how to do them.
I couldn't tell you that. I got lost in the sauce. Knots were everywhere.
It was a thing where like I was like I don't know how to do this, and you're like, oh, it's real. Like you were just trying to demonstrate. You're like, oh, it's
Yeah,
real easy.
I
Look,
did
here's
this.
the whatever knot, here's the whatever, and you just like did the whole series, and I was like, yep, done. And then I handed it in. You know what I mean?
Okay, and the 11, and we're almost done with wrapping everything up.
Cool.
What does this character do that makes you immediately lose your temper, or what lengths would you go in order to defend this character?
Definitely okay. Being like the the conspiratorial mind, he would definitely like stand up for Doogie, even to like Doogie's own parents, like one of those like kind of things. Like he'd tell Doogie's own parents, like, you guys are really overbearing sometimes. Just he's just 10. Come on, let him be a kid with us.
If I recall, he unloaded the dishwasher twice last
Yeah.
weekend. I think he is owed a sleepover with
Yeah.
Capri Suns.
Yeah, like I'd
Only
be
one, though.
yeah, like I'd be that kid, like saying it to
That's
his
fair.
own.
Okay.
I could stand up to an adult for him.
You're gonna get me in trouble. Stop.
I know that section was super long and probably boring for anybody that wasn't immediately involved, but
I don't know.
It's very
that was-
informative.
It was
Cool.
great. It was character. That was
Yeah.
all character.
There's
We learned-
definitely a couple things about the very first one that I want to change because I was so like caught off guard with it.
yeah. I mean, you can. Yeah, I'm
I
not
think
gonna.
instead of, like the Arthur thing, especially because Doogie with the with the D and the G switched is Goody. I would just call him Goody Goody. What's
Sure,
up, Goody?
sure.
Yeah.
And then
I
the
like
thing that I
that.
want from it, what is the coolest thing that you have on you as a scout? Is it a lighter? I was thinking a compass, but a compass is kind of lame. Like,
I would
Pocket
think.
knife or
but-
something.
I would think the
Voice
coolest
timer.
thing I have is the compass. I do have a Leatherman, which is like a step above the
Swiss Army knife.
Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
like a really sick knife, multi-tool.
yeah. Okay, well, don't worry about that.
What?
No reason.
Don't worry about what?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I won't, cause we're friends.
I think that
What's it
that's
called? A
generally
Leatherman?
where we are. A letter.
Leatherman multi-tool, yeah. A Leatherman multi-tool. What am I not worrying about?
Absolutely
You
nothing.
don't have to worry about it.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think we'll get to try some shit out tonight.
No.
But
It's fine. We did a lot of world building.
Yeah, I need to
Yeah.
fill out my powers and backpack and strength and flaws.
you don't have powers yet, but
That's
you
good.
do have the strength and flaws.
I don't think I'm
um,
responsible enough for powers yet.
I'm not either. I skipped that section. I was like, this person isn't even like on my map yet, and I just
Thank goodness.
passed.
For flaws, I already put obnoxious because I know who I am.
I am disobedient and superstitious.
So
Hell yeah.
unless we want to go over just a couple of other gameplay information things, I think we might be able to call it an evening.
How much longer would that
Uh,
take? I feel like it would be informative.
not
That
at
way,
all.
that way next week we could just jump in.
And I do plan on making like a little cheat sheet, not like this needs a whole lot.
Yeah.
So basically, playing the game, you're going through different stat checks. Obviously, you roll against me, I roll against you. We're competing stats. Whoever wins to whatever degree, we create the narrative together. So the type of actions that there are planned actions, which it's basically the take 20. It's the I have time to take time and do this, so I'm going to do this correctly. And doing that, you get to roll the die with like certain like advantages. So you can, like, I set the difficulty, you roll. You either hold on. So you can either roll the dice or you can just go ahead and default and take half value. Depending on the difficulty, that could just be an automatic success and you're not even risking a failure, or you have the chance to succeed no matter what. And then because it's planned, you get different perks. Other people get to use adversity tokens on these planned actions, while if it's a snap decision, other people wouldn't be able to. You'd just be able to use your own. And then obviously the snap decisions are stuff that's made in the moment. Like, there's no planning. It's, hey, you're gonna roll and hope everything works. Something that they do in this game too, and this is probably like the last thing of it, because again, I mean, there's nothing. You do exploding die in this game.
Oh.
So if you
okay.
roll your die and you hit your max, you get to roll the die again, and you get to add everything together.
Yeah. Does that
and then you're
chain
adding
potentially?
yeah.
Right.
So yeah. So like, I mean, no matter what, if you just keep rolling and you get the most outstanding of successes, then let's go.
It also does it automatically. It just happened for me.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty
Yep.
nice. Let's see here. Yeah, that's kind of it.
Cool.
That's the game.
Cool.
Like, the outcome is strictly based on like defender roll is greater than attacker roll, so that's just me controlling narrative. Or attacker's roll is greater by 1 to 3. The attacker gets to say how they attack. The defender narrates how they go ahead and mitigate and like take care of it. Defender is hurt, but only temporary. Like, so it's like if it's a bullet, it's like a graze and it stings for a bit, but it's not a mortal wound. And then it just kind of goes from there. This varies from like, hey, the result is that they're fairly hurt, they're badly hurt, or the defender is dead. And that's the event that the attacker's roll is greater than 10 or more. So that can absolutely happen. Fights are super, super, super risky until we get that powered character in. And who's to say we absolutely need one? It could just be a raw, like, we're kids and we're on bikes. But that's basically it.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
I do have a request. It doesn't have to be tonight, obviously. If all of y'all could tell me what your parents were like, just so I can know what home life is generally like. And then before we go, what season do you guys want this to take place in?
I mean, fall is spoopy time.
Yeah, I always like
Fall
fall.
is
I think
spoopy
fall.
time.
And it's the beginning of the school thing. It's like the beginning of our last elementary
yeah.
school.
That's
Oh
after
my
Star
God.
Wars Star Wars came out in May.
Yeah. Our life's
Yeah.
basically over after this, guys.
I
Yeah.
really appreciate how everything is hinging on the Star Wars release. Awesome.
This is
Okay,
actually
so-
an extended universe property that we're
So
building
I
here.
will say, just because I feel like the Star Wars like release would be a good like, oh, the end of the little mini arc that we're doing, and like it's a good like consolidation point of like this is like the grand finale thing.
Yeah.
What if the reason that we're still so excited about Star Wars is because literally our town hasn't gotten it yet, even though it came out in May?
We got it 2 months late or something.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
That would make a lot of sense. Actually, I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
My scouts troop,
especially because of the small town.
my scouts troop, we've been cleaning up like roadside littering, and so we're guaranteed some front row seats for it, which I have
been told is not the greatest seats for a movie theater, but I'm
Back
still
in the day,
excited.
they weren't.
I'm still
Back in the
excited.
days.
I actually watched episode 9 like that.
I just want to see Keegan. I just want to see Keegan and Abawan Kanabi fight with their lightsabers.
Even I know that's wrong.
You guys know the
Alrighty,
Force is
kids.
real? It's true. I'm right. I have 3 sources that told me.
So
did
next
you want the
time-
pan stuff now, or just sometime between now and next week?
What's just sometime between now and next week, just because I think
Yep.
kicking off will get like kind of a flavor of home life before like moving on to some big stuff.
Yeah. And definitely, I know y'all send like token stuff to Sid. Send it to me too for the layout
Mm.
Oh yeah.
when you have it.
I'll send it now because I do have it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I got mine as well.
I'm so glad those were actually helpful. I was like, is this
Yeah,
weird?
it's
when I sent
amazing.
those?
It
It's
worked.
great.
Yeah. Yeah, it
I-
worked. Thanks, Sid.
Also, I hope you appreciate. Like, I was so happy that they had one. I chose like the nice looking like jacket thing, but she has a
Uh-huh.
Star Trek shirt underneath of it.
Do you really?
And it's like the
Oh,
perfect
no.
amount of
Oh,
like
wow, yeah.
she still has a little bit of like nerdy in her,
Yeah.
but it's like
This
it's literally being covered up.
She looks like she could be Lady E's daughter.
Oh, for anybody
Oh
who's
my
gonna
god, she is.
speak Harry Potter time.
Oh yeah.
That's-
Goodness.
Oh,
That's
that's the
true.
next year,
Like
right?
first
God.
book or first no the whole because the
Why?
whole series isn't out at this point. It's only the first couple books.
No,
first book or
that
two.
I mean that came out, or the books were out. I want to say they were at least on Prisoner of Azkaban through like Goblet of Fire ish, but the first movie,
And probably, yeah.
the first movie came out around that time,
Yeah, the first
which
movie
is
was
weird.
Okay, yeah.
that's another
Prisoner
really
of Azkaban
weird-
was 99. Yeah,
That's such a
book
that's,
wise.
like that doesn't equate in my brain for some reason, and it's really weird.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well, this was
Next
a lot of
time
fun.
we do this, it'll be fall of 1999. The
Yeah.
world will be simpler. Y2K is looming, and maybe we'll see the Goat Man or something.
For some reason,
Yeah.
Also, for some reason, doing this next Monday, which will be Memorial Day, just kind of feels nice too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something about this happening on that holiday that feels good. You know what I mean? I can't place it, but
A lazy day, get to like just kind of like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I guess. Well, all right. We'll do that next week.
Yee.
Bye, everyone.
All right.
Awesome. Bye, y'all.
Bye.